Welcome back to Grappling Legacy Lounge, episode 23. We're here with Brody Harford.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Strength and conditioning coach, blue belt in grappling.
Yes. Yep.
Along with several other titles outside of you. Dude, finally. Because, we've scheduled this 10 times now.
It's so that
funny.
might be on the conservative side, too, honestly.
Yeah. So
that's what happens when you have too many hobbies.
Yeah, seriously. I know the feeling. I have a lot too. I always put these hinters of who's coming up next, and I'm thinking I should probably not put these hints up on the story until I actually record an episode.
Yeah,
because I've seen you probably 6 or 7 times, and I'll add little things within the video itself. So
I saw the dumbbell.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I had that in there, and I'm like, crap.
This might come out 2 months later. Yeah,
exactly.
And the Chalo came out.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
They're like, wait, what?
Yeah, nothing for him.
Yeah,
nothing
what does that have to do with the dumbbell?
There's nothing in the video.
You just need a sling for him.
Yeah, I mean, I put everything up. I put dumbbells in. I put kettlebells. Mm-hmm. So
we made it happen.
We're here.
We're here.
I even wear a double gold. Well, not that I even, but I've worn it a couple times. But I wore a double gold shirt.
Try
to hint up to who's coming.
Yeah. You're like, oh my gosh. So well, we're here.
We're here, and so welcome. So
glad to be here.
Let's dive right into. Let's go into grappling, right? Because how did you start grappling? What got you into grappling?
Man, so there's some lore for that one. Okay, so what happened was I wrestled when I was really young.
Okay.
Middle school.
Here because you're from here.
From here. So I wrestled here and then for just 1 year because I played baseball as well, and baseball kind of took over my life once I hit 7th, 8th grade and into high school and stuff. So kind of baseball took over my life, and then obviously after that,
that's late for baseball, right?
Well, I played baseball my entire life.
Okay.
So I did both. I was too small for football and stuff, so I never did any of that or anything. But so I wrestled. So I had a little bit of grappling, and then did karate as a little kid as well.
Everybody does. Right?
I was just gonna say the traditional, just
Did you do it through the community center too?
No, we actually went to this place in Crystal Lake, and I can't remember. Dude, I was young. Yeah. And I keep wanting to say the guy's name was Jeff Curran, but it's not Jeff Curran. No. But it's super similar, and apparently the place still exists in Crystal Lake because we used to live in Marengo too. So that's where I wrestled out there. And then I went to high school in Yorkville because we moved over there.
Did you wrestle at Yorkville?
No, all baseball. Yeah, all baseball. Yeah, I only played baseball in high school.
So you only wrestled in middle school?
Only for 1 year, too.
Was it middle school then, or is it junior high?
No, it was 6th grade. So
6th grade. Middle school.
Yeah, I think, because technically, out here it's weird. They do
Yeah, it is weird.
So I did 1 year of that. Undefeated, by the way, just saying.
Why didn't you stick with it then?
I had one match. One match because I was so little.
Yeah.
I was so little that it was the only person they had one.
So everything was forfeit.
Yeah, dude, exactly. And I won. I got my one match won by a pin. Got my little pin. Got my little pin, and then so that's I gotta retire on the head. So undefeated. So another title we can add to the little intro there. Undefeated wrestler.
That's awesome.
In folk style, but no. So then fast forward a ton. I was in the military. Obviously, we did some combatives there.
I was going to get into the military. So you were in the military, and they did
combatives,
Gracie combatives.
There's combatives. Obviously, it's not to the extent. It's more like a police officer, right. Or
it's more holding them down.
Yeah, it's more like a control.
Restraining.
Yeah, exactly. Restraining, controlling. So it's not really grappling per se. There's obviously elements. While I lived in San Diego, which looking back on it now, I wish I would have been where I'm at in life back then.
Were you in San Diego for the military?
Yeah, so I was in San Diego for the military, and then I also went to college there. Okay. So I got out of the military and then stayed another 5 or 6 years, went to college, and then was there for another year or two after college until I ended up moving to Vegas. But while we were there, I literally lived 2 blocks away from 10th Planet San Diego.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So with Boogeyman, over there.
Right.
So one of my buddies that I had met in the military that I was in boot camp with, did MMA, fought professionally. When he told me in boot camp, I was like, "You're a fucking liar." Whatever. Can we swear?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. I was like, everyone's in boot camp trying to like flex and be like, oh, this is what I did. This is what it's like. He's like, oh yeah, I fought MMA. I have like 3 or 4 professional fights. Like I have my license to be able to fight in California, and because he's from California and Nevada. I was like, okay, whatever. Dude, whatever. Yeah, sure. Okay, you're just trying to like be cool and sure shit. Like once we got out, he like showed me all his because you don't have your phones or anything in boot camp. You don't have anything in boot camp. So like he pulled up all his YouTube videos of him fighting. I was like, oh shit, for real. So he was like, oh dude, you should come. We live right here because me and him were roommates at that point.
Yeah.
He was like, dude, we should go train at 10th Planet, San Diego. And like at that time, I was like, I didn't really know, and I was like, I was just in school, so like, and then we were in the military, and because of what I did in the military, there was one year where like I was gone for almost like 280 days of the year, so I wasn't even in San Diego, like, because it was just like crazy, like the training schedule and workups were all crazy, so like I didn't really have time, but I went to like a tryout class with him and stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, this is sick, but like he ended up training there for a while, and then so then fast forward like a couple years. So I didn't train at all when I was in San Diego. But literally like where I lived, I was like 2 blocks away from 10th Planet. I was like less than a mile away from Atos HQ. Yeah. Andre
Dude, San Diego is like Mecca.
I was right there with Keenan. Yeah. Like I was like a couple, and then PJ Barch's like South Bay was all. It was dude, I was like I could have gone and trained with any like world class like team and grapplers, like, and I would have been a lot younger then too. So I would have, it would have been, who knows? I could have been a black belt by now if I would have stuck. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, right?
Yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda.
No, but then so what happened is like the housing market exploded, went crazy. We were renting at the time, and our landlord was like, man, hey, I got to sell this house. Made a ton of money, so I ended up moving to Vegas because I had a cousin that lived there, and I was like, oh, I'll try that. It's close, still kind of close. I can drive back, see all my friends all the time. So I was coaching out there, strength and conditioning, and I actually was coaching at a wrestling club, ATC or Anasendi Training Club.
When you say you were coaching, you were doing the strength coaching?
Yeah, I was. I was not coaching wrestling.
Is that what you went to school for?
Yes. Yeah. So I was a kines major, kinesiology.
Okay.
With an emphasis in exercise science and fitness specialization. A lot of words. I went to school to learn how to pick things up.
Those are really big words.
Yeah.
For someone who just picked things up.
Yeah. For something you could have learned on YouTube. So
I don't know about that.
No, there's definitely a science to it all, and it does help to like understand like the human physiology and like because maybe not necessarily as much for strength, but in terms of conditioning and energy systems, absolutely. Yeah. That's where like for me, I feel like that's kind of what helped me understanding like human physiology kind of like really set me apart with like conditioning, especially for the grappling community, because obviously like whoever basically gasses first is going to lose at the high level. That's really what whoever gets tired first usually makes the first mistake.
That's why wrestlers practice like most of their practice is conditioning.
Yeah.
Oh no, 100%.
Practice is conditioning. Like all practices are conditioning.
Even their drilling is conditioning.
Yeah, and I mean, we could go in and dive into about how I think drilling and wrestling is far superior to drilling in jiu-jitsu, but that's a whole other.
No, let's talk about that.
Yeah,
I've been on that tear for a while now. Like I tell people, you need to drill with a purpose.
Yeah, 100%.
And wrestlers drill. Like they drill like a continuous motion drill. Yes. Where in jiu-jitsu you got
the dead fish, man.
Yeah, you have a dead fish, like, or you sweep and then you talk like 10 minutes and then you reset, and it's like slow, and it makes class kind of
no. I specifically remember like when I was in wrestling, and like anybody that's wrestled, whether you did it like you, where you're like, this is like my sport, or someone like me who did it for 1 year, there's one thing you'll never forget, and that's how fucking hard wrestling practice is. Because like you'll go in there and it'll be a 2-hour practice and you'll shoot a blast double 250 times. And it won't be like half-assed. You're shooting it. Yeah, exactly. And that's one thing you'll never forget. So if any of you guys out there that wrestled, you know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah. It's tiring. I think like my favorite class, and granted I'm 48, so I can't really do it as well as I used to, but like my favorite class is still comp training.
Yeah,
just because it's go. And you do, you drill with a purpose because there's resistance drilling and stuff like that. I love that stuff.
Well, I think that's also the biggest shock factor in jiu-jitsu, at least for someone too, especially like me. Like I'm a 3-stripe blue belt. I'm in the grand scheme of things, I'm an absolute nobody, right? Mm-hmm. Like, so for me, when I competed, like that was the biggest shock factor from going. And I did my first competition was a Naga in Vegas like 3 weeks after I started jiu-jitsu. I was just like full send, whatever, didn't care. And that was the biggest thing that like.
How did that go for you?
You know what? It actually was not as bad as you thought. There was only me and one other guy in my weight division. Yeah. I lost. I was up on points the entire match. I hit a lat drop within the first 5 seconds, got my takedown points, passed, got my points. Yeah. And then from there, it was just standard jiu-jitsu. He's stalling on the bottom. And then I'm just, once again, not knowing how to pace myself, going full force. And within the last 15 seconds, got caught in a triangle. No, I got caught in a triangle choke.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so literally, it was literally I think 6-2 was the points in the last 15 seconds. I got caught in a triangle choke.
I mean, that is one of the reasons why. So I am for the whole tech fall in wrestling. Yeah. And I think there should be a tech fall in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
But that example is kind of why most people are against the tech fall in jiu-jitsu. Yeah. You can throw up a triangle or throw up a submission.
You always have that until the clock is done. You always have a chance to win. Yeah. I mean, but
wrestling's the same way though.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean,
if you could literally be down 15-0 and then end up
and then just throw a big move and pin them.
Yeah.
No, 100%. But if you look at IBJJF and you got guys winning 48-0, it's
that's ridiculous.
In all honesty, and might be a hot take out there, so maybe
I'm all about the hot takes.
You can clip this. I almost think you should lose the match at that point, because if if you can't sub someone and you're up by that many points, brother, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Right. There's only two reasons. One, the person that's getting all the points can't hold the position to grid a sub, or two, the person underneath or whatever is just that spazzy where you can't hold them down, and at that point you might as well just let them up and then take them back down.
Yeah, no, agreed. But it's dude, if you are that dominant, you should be able to finish.
You should be able to finish.
Yeah, and that's a hot take. But hey,
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah,
I think that when you're up that much, you either can't hold the position for whatever reason, or you don't know a submission.
Yeah, does that say more about you, or does that say more about them? Does that say more about the guy?
That's a good question, because
if you
there are some people I know, Chander, you can't choke Chander. That guy has gills. Same with Ace. Ace, you can't choke either, right? You have to break his arm and literally break his arm too, because he ain't tapping.
No, 100%.
So I mean, I guess it depends on the person's threshold of pain too, right? But I think if you're up 40-something-0, you're not holding position.
Yeah, 100%.
That guy's escaping everything. So
you're already dominating him too much. You should just end the match.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And then you're just it is what it is.
Especially if there's if it's 30 seconds left, end the match.
Agreed. Yeah. The mercy rule, baseball mercy rule, right?
Maybe you do it under time and points, right? If you're up by that much and you're not getting subs and there's 30 seconds left, just end the match.
But once again, last 15 seconds, you can get triangled.
For 30 seconds, you could sit there and stall.
That's true. That's fair.
I mean, who cares if you get a penalty at that point?
Yeah. At that point, you're not going to win anyways. But that's why, I guess maybe for me, I prefer no gi versus gi, because I do feel I do feel there is a lot of stalling in the gi. Yeah. Or maybe it's just because it's overall, the pace of the gi is overall slow. But I mean, you see some of these matches at Worlds and they're they're crazy, man.
The black belt matches, if you look at a black belt match, even adult blacks, it's mostly grip fighting. So to the average person, it probably does look like a lot of stalling, because it doesn't look like they're doing
100%.
Stuff. But they're fighting the grip to make the next move. Yeah, they are legit playing chess.
Well, I mean, and if we want to talk about stalling, I guess you could say the same thing about ADCC, right? Any ADCC, the first half of the match is just stalling until points come, and then they go.
Great point,
then they go.
I've talked to people recently about ADCC, and they're all everyone's kind of figured out the game, because now you just don't do anything the first half of the match, and then all of a sudden points come into play.
It's go time.
You just go time.
Yeah, which is at that point, it's just dude, just cut the match in half and let's go.
Yeah.
Because that's what makes ADCC so exciting.
Right.
It's is that last half of the match, and it's why everybody wants to watch it. So it's
yeah, but then do you just make it sub only the whole time?
Yeah, but then you run into the position of what was it, that WNO where they were fighting in the a side mat for 4 hours. Right. It's at that point, it's sub only, in my opinion, is
I think you have to have sub only. I hate to say this, but maybe Fight to Win kind of has it right. They have a point system. They just don't tell you what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't show the points.
Yeah.
And it's submission only, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so it encourages you to go.
Yeah.
And Double Gold has it right too.
Yeah.
Actually, Double Gold probably has it better, because it's not just one person making the decision. They go to almost like UFC style, where it's multiple judges. I like that more, because it just, that to me makes more sense, because now you could be 2-1, you know, or all three of you agree, you know.
Yeah. And then if it's like everybody's not in agreement, and then you just go into overtime. Yeah,
and we thought about doing like open scoring too, where it was like, you know, like, do we let the athletes know after every round?
Yeah. That's the other thing, because they do the rounds, so that's cool.
We decided against that though, because then it's like, once again, if like one guy's up and he knows it, then he might just slow it down. And we were like, no, because the whole thing. So like, yeah, another thing for all of you that don't know, I run Double Gold with Andrew and Aaron.
That's right.
Yeah,
I was going to get to that.
No. We
all the things that you do.
We still got to finish the story of how I started jiu-jitsu. Yeah, we're just yapping. We love it. We love it.
We don't stay on track.
We love it.
We just bounce around and
no, I like it. I mean, we're from the Midwest. We talk. That's what we do.
That's right.
No, like with that The thing with Double Gold is like, and I tell every athlete this, and if you talk to them, you can ask them, and like they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you know, he does say that." It's like, dude, I don't care if you win or lose, as long as you're exciting. And honestly, that it does mirror like we've been talking about the UFC. It's like, look at guys. Does your record really matter in the UFC as long as you're an exciting fighter? Because guess what? Exciting fighters bring in pay-per-views. They bring in viewers. Well, not viewers, no pay-per-views. So they're going to keep getting fights. Yeah. And honestly, like, obviously Double Gold is not at that level, but it's like, we do want exciting matches. Sure. We don't want boring matches. Like, so as win or lose, as long as you're easy to work with, you're like a good person, you're not a piece of shit, and like you are an exciting grappler, like we'll always have you back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So far, all four of them so far have nailed it. I know 5 is coming up. We're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think the matchmaking is spot on. The rule set is spot on. It's definitely one of my favorite events. You know, and you could say what you want. Oh, you're biased because you're in the gym, blah, 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 blah. No. I've been to a lot of different events. I've seen a lot of different events. I do think like Fight to Win has probably got the best production, but there's flaws with the way they do things too.
You know whose rule set I do like that has been growing on me a lot? PGF. The PGF rule set.
Okay, explain it. I don't know that. That's one I don't know.
Although it kind of only works for a team format, if you really want to think about it. Because like, so what it is, it's like a 5 versus 5 team format. And it's like they have points for breaks, they have points for kills. Yes. And then if there's no breaks or kills, so a break obviously you sub, and then a kill, a choke. So they kind of go real life like world. Like if I choke you out, I got you. You're gonna die.
But there's strategy to that too, right? So like the 5-on-5, what was it? Maximus, I think, did it.
Maximus did it. I mean, Polaris
is a good example of it too, right? Like, if you can pair up 2 people that can go the distance, that 5-minute round or whatever, then they're both eliminated. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then all you need is to make the right pairing to tap one person out. And
you could change the outcome of the
whole thing.
You
change the outcome. So if you get one tap, one submission, or one guy through to the second, then...
Well, that's the nice thing about PGF too, because it's a league. So it's like every team faces every team, and every grappler, like they rotate it, so there's blocks, so it's like a 5-week thing. But the nice thing too is like they get incentives, like if it's a sub in the first, if it's a kill or a break in like the first minute, they get extra points, and it's like then it's like a full season.
That could be cool.
No,
so it's like almost like team duels.
Yeah, it's a 5-week season or 4-week season or something, and then they have like a playoffs, and it's just like the top 8 point scorers, so you could like end up fighting your teammate. That's cool. Jaden was in the playoffs. He got the number 7 spot this which he's going to be fighting at DJI 5 for the belt. He had a crazy run, and like, but like the rule set is really cool, and it does make it exciting because like they have this thing called money bags too, which is like man, if Double Gold had like the money it'd be so sick. Yeah. So like they just have like the audience members sitting on the side, and if somebody has like a crazy like throw or a crazy sub, they'll just throw out a money bag, and like the grappler that got the sub or something gets like $500.
That's pretty cool. So that's bonus money.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. So yeah, like exactly. But they just got a lot out of it because they're throwing that every match. But these grapplers, they put out for that, and they try to get these breaks. So like I don't think I've seen a boring PGF match, because like not only do they want the points, but then they want the points for the team, but they're there trying to make some money.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's, I mean,
well, and that's what every grappler wants, right? Because there's not a lot of money in grappling.
Not a lot. Trust me.
So they want that bonus.
Oh, 100%.
Which again is entertaining. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Anytime like Subspectrum is another good one.
Yes.
They follow the ADCC rules with a little bit of a twist. When they were doing super fights, it was amazing. Their tournament now still is amazing, especially the way they do their kids, because they really promote their kids.
Yes. Nice.
So
that's catching on. It's catching on. Even like Who's Number One are starting to have the kids matches. The youth matches.
We need more of that.
Main character has youth matches. Main character jiu-jitsu, down in Texas.
Dude, there's so many super fights and different things going on in Texas.
Well, the sport is like booming right now too. Like you're in the right spot because you started years ago. Being a black belt. Sure. But in terms of growth, it's probably you're in the best spot. You're in the best spot. To be honest with you. Yeah, exactly.
Just reached the blue belt division.
But I guess in terms of coaching, if you want to start your own gym, you're in the perfect spot for it.
There's gyms all over the place now.
But dude, we all know how that goes. Yeah, 1 in 10 is good.
Here today, gone tomorrow.
Yeah, one in 10 is actually teaching you something that's worthwhile. So it's
it's very, very true. So, all right, let's go back. So you went from San Diego. How did you get to Vegas?
Rewind.
Yeah, we're rewinding. We're going back. We're gonna get back.
I was in the military. Then I went to San Diego State University. I graduated. I was coaching out there at a gym called 1RM Performance. I worked with a lot of MLB guys and D1 college ball players. And then the housing market exploded. This was right post COVID. So our landlord, shout out Paige, dude was awesome. We lived in that house for 6 years, and he was like, "You guys are in the military. I'll never raise the rent on you." We were paying $2,000 in rent, and what probably should have been $6,000
in California.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Right, 15 minutes from the beach.
That's crazy.
3-bedroom house, 2 baths, backyard, 2-car garage.
Yeah.
We were what I couldn't even be mad at when he was like, "Dude, I got to sell the house. It's market's going crazy." I looked it up on Zillow. Sold the house for 1.2.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Out here, you could have bought that house for $300,000. So it's good on you, brother. Good on you.
I have a friend that was telling me that he was looking. His company was relocating to California, and he was thinking about relocating. And he went out there to take a look. He's like, "I could get my house, which was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a 2-car garage."
Yeah.
He's like, "Out there, 1.5 million."
Oh yeah, crazy.
That is ridiculous.
Pay for that weather. You pay for that weather.
You pay for everything out there.
Yeah. So he sold that house. Yeah, he was like, "All right, sell it." We were cool. So I was originally gonna try to stay in San Diego. I was at a good gym, working, coaching, enjoying what I would do. Just couldn't find anything affordable. So me and my roommate at the time, we were like, "Well, what do we do?" He had a job in Vegas. Wild job. We'll get into that. So funny. We still tell jokes about it today. He's a photographer as well. Worked for a sex doll company.
Did he get you into photography?
He was one of them. One of them. We can go deep dive that too. He was one of them.
I was wanting to know how you got it because you do photography.
Yep.
For those who don't know, with Double Gold, you do all the posters, you do all the video and the clip art, and I'm pretty sure you do all the social media.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So all the media.
Yeah. Basically, all the production on it.
Yeah. Fabulous job.
Thank you.
The pictures for 5, amazing.
Yeah, those are really good.
Trying to make dudes look like assassins, literal assassins.
They do. Yeah. They look awesome.
Trying to make them look like killers.
Dude, and the one Aaron posted something if you have glasses on in these photos. They look
the
better.
CJ Murdoch one is so sick. He looks like something.
He looks like a villain out of Batman.
Or Fallout, or that's exactly. He looks like a evil character, which is so sick to me.
I was like, is he like Mr. Freeze or what is going on?
Well, the idea is we want to. Remember going to the movies and you'd walk into the movies and you walk down the hall and you see all the movies, the movie posters of the other movies coming out. That's kind of what we try to model the fight posters out because we don't want the cell phone photo of a guy like this and it's cut out. No, we were trying to high value production. Dude, we're trying to.
They are amazing, and I'm there because you do it during our open mat. So when you do it during open mat, and I see you I'll be rolling and I'll look over and I'll see you taking photos, and I'm like, I'm really curious how these are going to turn out. Amazing.
You never know. We never know until we start working with them.
Yeah.
We try.
Do you have a vision before you start doing it?
So that's Andrew's job.
Yeah.
That's what Andrew does. So Andrew is
I know he's the mastermind.
He's the mastermind. He kind of so he does all the creative direction stuff there. So he kind of is this is what I want it to look. This is what I envision it looking like for 5, 6, 3, whatever the event is. This is what I envision. Then I'll take it and I'll be like, okay, well then that means we got to light it like this. We got to shoot it like this. We got to do this like this. And then we tell Aaron like, okay, hey, this is what we're thinking. You go do the jiu-jitsu side of the house. So yeah. me and Andrew like have some say where we're like, oh, we think this would be, we want this guy here because he's a cool dude. You know, we enjoy working with him. But like at the end of the day, Aaron ultimately is like the guy that.
Yeah, he's making the matches.
Yeah, 100. I mean,
he's getting the people.
100%, 100%. But yeah, so like, yes and no. So to answer the question, so yes, I kind of have an idea of what I need, and then sometimes we can plan it all out and we mock it up, and then it evolves into something completely different.
That's what I was going to ask. Does it ever change like on the fly? Like you guys have this vision,
100%.
Like, and I'm pretty sure I know Andrew enough that like his mind, dude, is just it's there.
Yeah, he's got that Andy Warhol mind. Yeah, he's got the art. He's definitely
an artist.
Yeah, and you know, I always joke too. I even joke with my wife. Like, I'm actually not that creative of a person. Mm-hmm. Everybody like argues with me and like, oh yeah, you are. It's like I'm really kind of not. I'm more of like a technical person. So like for me, like with all the post production and the you know doing like all the cinematic stuff, it's like I know how to light things a specific way. Right. I know how to color grade things a specific way. I know how to like set it up to make it look like I want. But then it's like sometimes I notice in my personal work, like it's kind of boring. It looks amazing, but it's kind of boring because I don't have that creative edge of where like, man, I should have shot it at this angle because that would have been a way cooler creative angle. So sometimes like Andrew will like help with that too and be like, dude, what if you did it like this?
He's like the director.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. He's I always joke like he's the DP, right? So yeah. So yeah, he's definitely that side of the house. But. Yeah, so that whole evolved. I started in San Diego. So photo and stuff started in San Diego. It did not start in Vegas.
You didn't go to school for any of it?
Nope.
You never took a photography class?
Never took a photography class in my life. I went to YouTube University.
Yeah, that sounds familiar to me.
Yeah, YouTube University, guys. Another hot take. You don't need to go to college unless you need to take a board.
That's true.
Unless you need to be licensed or something, college is kind of irrelevant these days.
It is.
Another hot take, right?
I agree. I never went to college.
Yeah, no, I mean, you don't, yeah. I mean,
again, I grew up in the era before the internet, but I graduated high school when the internet just started.
Which is funny because that's all you do now.
And that's all I do.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah, like you said, like coding now, you can learn all that business. You can learn all that. Mm-hmm. Unless you're like in the medical field where you actually need to take a license or something. Right. It's kind of like, I mean, you can, don't get me wrong.
I'm all about like certification. I'm not really all about certifications, but I'm, like you said, you know, the college of YouTube or college of like learning on the job.
Just even, doing it. Yeah.
When I was coming up in IT, I like bought all computer components.
Yeah. 100%.
And then I built a lab in my room.
Yeah.
You know, so.
No, that's one thing. If you couldn't tell about Double Gold is like, if we don't know, we will know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We're resourceful. That's the thing too. Cause like, you got to think of it. Like, obviously we have your guys' help and everyone else at the gym, which like, honestly, we would never be able to pull this off without you guys. So thank you guys very much for that. And I'm not saying that cause we're on the podcast. I've voiced that to you like a million different times. But at the end of the day, it really is just the three of us. And this is like also too, like it's really kind of the two of us, right? Because Aaron just kind of does the jiu-jitsu side. Yeah. So like in terms of everything else, it just falls on me and Andrew, which is like a lot, right? So it does get overwhelming at times. So things slip through the cracks, things evolve and change on the fly.
Yeah, they have to though.
Yeah, 100%.
That's just the nature of anything. Any type of business things.
Yeah,
you can only juggle so much, and then you have to look at it and be like, okay, that's not going to work out the way we want it to. You know,
scrap it. Exactly.
We'll try it next time or something.
Yeah. DGI, like 6 months before DGI, we have like 40 ideas that we want to do. Sure. And then by the time like a DGI happens, like 10 of those ideas are like actually like happening live, implemented. But it's like, it's just the way it goes.
Yeah. No, I get it. Okay. Going back to Vegas.
Yeah, back to Vegas.
To Vegas.
So we moved to Vegas, right? So I moved to Vegas with my roommate. And then I'm coaching at ATC, Anacensi Training Club. They're actually now they're Marab's wrestling coaches over at Syndicate MMA. So, so they did the whole workup. They did the whole workup for him for the first belt and everything. Crazy. He has like a whole basement like you, and they were like going over to his house or somewhere, and like so that's how I was able to get into the UFC Performance Institute as well. Is through all those guys because they would work with a lot of MMA fighters, come over there, start working with them, doing all that stuff. And then so I was working with a lot of wrestlers, obviously, right? Sure. High school wrestlers, college guys would come in, and one guy in particular, so back to how I got into jiu-jitsu, right? This is there. So one guy in particular, his name's Eric, purple belt, wrestled for UNLV, just graduated, so no longer is a collegiate wrestler.
That's University of Las Vegas.
Yeah,
I saw your head tilt like, what's that?
UNLV, so University of Las Vegas, Nevada. And he wrestled for them, and I was his strength and conditioning coach for his last 2 years of college. So I worked with him for a hot minute. Naturally, two dudes in a gym, that culture of just talking shit to each other all the time. He's a little guy. He fights at like 135.
Oh, so he's my size.
Yeah, he's a little guy. No,
we call it victim weight.
I should be 135. I'm a little chunky right now.
Well, we'll get there.
Yeah, life happens.
Maybe you should have been a dietitian.
Yeah, shit, right? No, so we're working with Eric a lot, and I'm talking shit to him like, oh man, you're trying to get him hyped up to lift more. I'm like, oh, you're a bitch, you're weak, lift heavier weight, and then he's like, oh, I would still beat your ass, and then of course it's like, no way, dude, like whatever. And then so it just happened like, that went back and forth for however long it did. And then he was just like, dude, you should come to jiu-jitsu with me. And I was like, oh, one of my buddies tried to get me into it when I lived in San Diego. Maybe I will, like whatever. And then literally like that same day that he said that, like he was like, oh, you can do a trial class, test it out, whatever. He was like, just come with me. And I was like, okay. Happens to be Atlas Grappling, which
we went to.
You've been to when you went out to Worlds and stuff. Which happened to be literally a block and a half from where I lived in Vegas.
Oh, really?
Dude.
Are they still in the same spot?
Same spot.
Okay.
Here's the crazy thing. Every jiu-jitsu gym I've ever trained at, I live like within like a 5-minute radius.
But that's how
I get lucky. I get lucky because,
that's a good thing because like, I don't know.
They made it so convenient.
Yeah.
I never had an excuse.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm getting at, right? Like, I don't know that I'd be as consistent if I had to go
30 minutes.
Yeah, 30, 40 minutes. Like there's some guys at our gym that are traveling from Crystal Lake or Elgin, I think,
far.
St. Charles. Well, St. Charles, but they'd have to pass like 3 or 4 other gyms to get to us.
Crazy.
Two things. One, shows their dedication.
Yeah.
2, shows how awesome our gym is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean,
the reach,
the level of jiu-jitsu that comes out of Pica Pau, obviously is probably a top 5 in Illinois.
I would rank it up there.
Yeah, it's got. I mean,
there's a lot of gyms, but I would say.
In terms of like, okay, we'll do this right before then. We'll come back to the Vegas story. Pedigo, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Number 1.
10 Planet, Lombard. I'm talking about in terms of like the level of people you can find in that gym.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Barracks. Okay. And Joey. We'll call them. Sure. We'll call them one because they're kind of like
they're like affiliated.
They're kind of the same gym. We'll call them one.
Okay.
Really?
I would say maybe Arctic, Alex. Pretty accomplished.
Yeah, but he's accomplished, but like I don't know.
Molinaro, maybe.
I would probably put him up there. I'd probably put him before Alex, only because, like, I don't know too many people, and maybe I'm getting disconnected because I'm teaching more, but I don't know a lot of people from Arctics that are competing anymore as much.
Yeah, that's fair. But that's why I'm saying, like, in terms of level of athletes and what their athletes are able to achieve and where they're able to climb.
I would actually put Real MMA above 10th Planet.
Yeah, I probably would too. They have so many competitors.
I feel like
Jaden.
But I feel like Real MMA is like all over the place competing.
Yeah. They're active. They are active.
They go out.
They're active.
Out all over the place.
And they're not just doing like jiu-jitsu. Like they've done like MMA and they
do have some MMA guys. But
so does 10th Planet. I was going to say too. All the Russians.
They're Kyrgyzstan dudes.
But like Joey has got like a whole traveling pack that just go out to like almost every other
Joey
ADCC.
himself in MMA.
I mean, but Aaron competes all over too.
Yeah, and
he's going with them a lot of the time.
Then we got the Aguirres, we got now Mikey, Lim.
I mean, we do have but Lim's like doing his
now that he's in school, but like in general, there's a lot. Like I said, there's so like in terms of like I off the top of my head, I mean,
I know, I agree. That you're right. We're probably from a competition standpoint, we are definitely top 5 in the state.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's like, that goes to show like, I mean, so for example, like, right, to prove my point, David lives in Cicero, which is in the damn city, and drives to Lombard to train. So it's like, if you have a good coach and you have good jiu-jitsu and you have a good school, people will come. Yeah. So it's like,
wrong. Omar's got it. He's
100%. I mean,
he's definitely
really good.
100%. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, if you what you were saying, like, I mean, I've just been fortunate enough to be like, find good gyms and live close to them. So it's just like, hey, that's a win-win.
Because Atlas was a good gym. We went there. I think we went there twice when we were out for Worlds, and they have some competitors that they love
the gi though. So they're definitely like an IBJJF gym.
Yes.
So like if you want to say like traditional jiu-jitsu,
sure.
They definitely have guys like Eric who like competes ADCC all the time and like but then Eric also cross trains over at 10 Planet Vegas with Andy Varela. So there's obviously Vegas is another one of like a San Diego where there's just like this is the fight capital of the world. Really so is. You can find anything you want there.
Thank you, UFC.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, thank you, Dana.
Thanks, Dana.
White.
Thanks, Dana.
Thank you for going to Bishop Gorman and then staying. It's really what it is. Yeah. But no, so it's like, in terms of that, it's like, I've just been fortunate enough. And like, so Atlas was like, literally like a block and a half from my house. So I go over there and funny enough, it was a gi night. Cause they did it where it was like 1 day's gi, 1 day's no gi. So like how we used to old schedule at Pica. So then like, I'm there with Eric. And of course, like, I've got my like loner gi, like, don't even have a belt. So it's like all open and shit. And, I'm thinking, okay, cool. I'm going to just go with Eric, right? Because he's the one that brought me here. I'm just going to go with Eric.
Partner up with him. He ditched you?
Not the case. He just left me. I was like, this guy. My partner ends up being a 15-year-old green belt.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, really? I was like, just a kid. Yeah.
We put new people with Gabe a couple of times.
But I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, I'm like, I'm in shape at this point. I'm 170 pounds. Like, I'm an athlete, right? I'm athletic. I'm like, really? Okay. Well, I'm in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of this girl. Yeah. I don't know any better. But in my head, typical like, I was in the military. Like, I'm gonna fuck this girl up. Are you sure? I'm gonna hurt this girl. I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, if that's what you want. Man, this girl fucking worked me. This girl worked me. And like at first, like Eric told me, like, he like saw that I was with you. He's like, hey, just like, take it easy. It's a girl. Like, how you try to like not to like take anything away from them, but it is what it is, right? Yeah, right. So I'm like, I got like, dude, this girl's like 5'2", like 90 pounds. She's like 15-year-old little girl, like tiny little Asian girl, man, like just like ninja, dude. I'm like, fuck, man, just fucked me up, bro. And like, when it first started, like, because obviously, I was working with her. We were like doing the drill. I think it was like Toriando passing or whatever. Okay. So that was like my first introduction, and then like the way that they set their class up, classes were an hour and a half, 45 minutes of like technique and drilling, and then 45 minutes of live rolling. Okay. Which was kind of dope. I did enjoy that a lot. I did enjoy it a lot because you fucking scrapped at the end of the night, which was nice. That's
what I like about our gi classes.
They're very similar. And then it's like dedicated roles, which the no gi classes are nice because it is a lot more technique, but then you can just stay as long as you want to drill. Sure. But like, so we did our whole drilling with her, did all that stuff, and then it was like, let's go live. And just like at Pica Pau, usually that first round is with your partner. Right. And I'm like, okay, I'll go easy. And then like, she's tapped me out. Triangle, of course. Hit me with
so that was the first time you've done jiu-jitsu. This is the first time.
Yeah, this is day one jiu-jitsu ever. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So she got me. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. So then I'm like, well, I'm gonna try a little harder now, right? I'm gonna go a little harder. She can handle it because she's going hard, right? She's putting it on me. Fucks me up again. Then I'm like, okay, 6-minute round. By minute 3, the whole like I'm taking it easy is just like fuck this. Yeah,
no, thank you.
This is out the door. This is out the window. I'm like I'm trying to beat the shit out of this girl, and that's horrible to say, but like in the moment I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Was she triangling you every time?
Dude, she could do whatever the fuck she wanted to me. She was fucking me up, dude. She was fucking me. I think she armbarred me like 4 times. Because at this point I'm aggressive. I'm bulldozing. I'm talking like day 1 white belt shit. She's got me in a full guard. I'm like digging my elbows into her fucking thigh. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah. She's beating my ass. We just only did Toriando passing. I'm like, well, I can't do that here, so I don't know what the fuck to do. Yeah, I'm like,
how do I get to that position?
Dude, and I kept trying to dig, and then I kept trying to reach under, and then she was just triangle the shit out of me every fucking time. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
So you didn't learn right on the fly, like, oh wait, dude, if I take one arm and put it under her leg, she's going to do this.
No, I'm at this point. I'm fucking the guy that's like.
You're like, okay, I know it's gonna come, so now I'm just gonna dump it over this time. And
no, even fucking worse. I'm the guy that's like, oh, I don't know how to fight. I see red. Like I'm just fucking. I'm just trying to fucking bulldoze through this girl. Yeah, exactly. Horrible. This is day 1. Obviously, I know better now. This girl is just fucking me up. But on the dude, that was like.
So we're like 3 minutes into this period. Dude. 4.
Well, at minute like 5, I'm just full blown like I'm fucking dripping sweat. This girl's just like laying there like
not breathing. Like,
like you know how it is, dude. I'm just like fucking. I'm like feeling I'm gonna throw up, and I'm in shame. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And in that moment, that was probably the most humbling yet like insightful moment in my entire life because I had a fucking decision to make. And anybody that trains jiu-jitsu or any style of grappling or anything has experienced this exact moment. And unless you train, or even like MMA, unless you train a combat sport, you will. So anybody out there that doesn't train, that plans on it, you will experience this exact pivotal moment.
Yes.
And you will pinpoint it for the rest of your career that you train. I just got fucked up. Do I let my ego win and never try this again?
Yeah.
Or do I say, holy shit, I need to learn how to do this?
Yeah. Yep.
And you will experience that, no matter who the fuck you are.
Everyone does. And it doesn't matter if it's a 15-year-old girl that does it.
No, it doesn't matter.
But it usually is by a smaller individual.
100%. Yeah. And that's usually why the ego probably wins for most people because they're like, this small-ass little dude just fucked me up. I'm going to go make an excuse and I'm never going to do this again.
There's been plenty of times, like looking back at my up-and-comings of jiu-jitsu when I was with Carlson Gracie, that we had like bodybuilders come in and they'd think that they'd be all tough and whatever. Absolutely. And then I would beat the crap out of them for 5 minutes and like literally do what you were kind of describing, right? Yeah. And not really think about it. I would always get a kick out of them like huffing and puffing and gassing out. And by the end of the round, I'm good. I'm sweating because they're bigger than me.
Yeah, of course.
But like they didn't get the advantage of me or anything like that, you know? And then you never see them again.
100%. Yeah. And that's just the way it goes. And it's like, that's why it was like I said, it was such like a humbling but like enlightening moment because you have to make that decision and everybody has to make it. And no one can make it for you. Right. You have to make it yourself. And I'm glad I made the right decision.
Yeah.
So
me too.
Of course, literally that night signed up. Literally that night was like, they were like, hey, well, do you just want like maybe like a 10 pass card to try it out?
No.
Fuck that. Here's my credit card. Put me in.
Like you were so in.
Instantly.
Because like you were so addicted to it that how long until you started teaching and doing the conditioning there? Because you were doing that for a while.
Yeah. Then. Yep. So I was. Yeah. So how long was it? It was pretty quick. Because you've been to Atlas.
Yeah. Half
of their back inside of their gym is like a full gym. Right. They have squat racks, bumpers, kettlebells, all of it, which is really nice. Competed like right away. Like I was so in that like 3 weeks in, I fucking was at Naga getting my ass whooped. Yeah. Once again, getting triangled in the last 15 seconds. Up on points, you know. I'm gonna claim
that was in the gi?
That was no gi, actually. I didn't even compete in the gi.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did you buy your first gi?
I think literally the second time I went back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just bought like a Fuji, like, you know, this basic like everyone's starter gi.
Yeah, starter gi.
Yeah.
Okay. Almost like the elite one.
Yeah, exactly. Did that, so I think the second class was like I went back and there was like it was a gi night and then like I was like, well, I'm a fucking I do jiu-jitsu now. I was like,
so you're that guy.
I was like, I don't trial class.
You hung your belt from the mirror on the car, didn't you?
Well, dude, they don't even give you a belt right away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think
so you have to earn your white belt?
Yeah, I think it literally took me like 2 weeks before they gave me a belt. I was like, fuck, man.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, which was kind of cool. Like, I get it, but like, yeah, it was funny. So yeah, I was definitely that guy. If you guys haven't noticed, like, I have an addictive personality. So like, most of my hobbies stick, which is good, right?
Yeah, good.
When I pick them up, they stick.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, like, in my head at that moment, I was like, damn, I'm gonna be a fucking world champion.
Yeah.
Like, I'm this is my life. I'm a jiu-jitsu athlete.
Right.
You're like, this is what I do now.
Right.
Which obviously, you know, life got in the way. I still train somewhat consistently, like as much as I possibly can. I get in there 2 to 3 times a week on average, which is, I wish I could do more, but like, dude, in Vegas, I was like every fucking day.
You didn't have every other hobby getting in the way.
Yeah, I wasn't running double gold. I wasn't doing like all like the photo. I was literally only strength and conditioning, coaching, and then training.
You weren't going to car shows.
Yeah, I wasn't doing any of it. Yeah, I wasn't doing any of it. I also wasn't married.
Yeah, there's
I wasn't married.
Let's shift some stuff because I also want to talk tattoos. Yeah, because you have a lot of tattoos.
Yeah, I have a full sleeve. I got a hoodie on, but I got my leg done, all that stuff.
What's the story with the tattoos?
Yeah, so my foot tattoo. So I have a tattoo on my foot. It's my corny like military tattoo. I have like 2 military tattoos, right? This is my corny one that I have with a couple buddies that we all serve together. It says "Forged in Blood." It's a wolf. It takes up my entire instep. Most pain I've ever felt in my goddamn life.
Top of your foot.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I literally sat like this.
Oh, yeah.
And just like with my head here, I didn't talk. I was like sweating. Dude.
Do you guys all have the same one?
Yeah. Same concept, slightly different design. So it wasn't like, it's not like
not identical. But
yeah, exactly.
When you're all together, everybody would notice it.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably all on the top of all in the same place. Is it all
dog species? Like,
what was that?
Because you said yours is a wolf.
Yeah, all wolves, just different. So it's like that traditional style.
It's packs. Okay.
Yeah, so like exactly, Forged in Blood, wolf pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like in the moment, we were like, fuck yeah, this is sick.
Dude, I think that's awesome.
No, I enjoy it. It's sick. It's something that like, you know, it was cool. Mm-hmm. I have my thigh, which is like that's like my kind of like, so I was in the Navy. That's kind of like my Navy tattoo. Mm-hmm. It's a lighthouse, which is obviously very synonymous with the military lighthouse.
Right.
Ships are lost out at sea. They look for the light. Always find your way home. So that's kind of my ode. And then it has lyrics from one of my favorite bands called Thrice. It says, "Come all you weary, find rest for your souls." So kind of just playing into that, like, that's cool. That's kind of really finding finding your way back, staying grounded, finding your way back home. So it's kind of like a military tattoo that if you really looked at it, you wouldn't think it's military. So, and then I kind of look at it to me, it's like, okay, kind of like always find your way back to who you are. If you kind of get, like I said, I got a lot of hobbies. It's like, okay, I still gotta like
come home.
Yeah, stay me. And then my sleeve, that's a lot. So it's like all Japanese traditional art. That one is like kind of wild because like it's like kind of like the story of my life, and which I actually don't know if you know this or not, because I guess I don't really talk about it. But when I refer to my mom and dad, that's actually my aunt and uncle. Okay. So yeah, I was adopted by them. So like the whole story is like it's a koi fish. The whole like thing is like koi fish swim against the current. When they reach the waterfall, they turn into a dragon. Right. So then like so I have this whole like kind of like the whole story of like, you know, people that like, so like my biological father died when I was like real young. He was type 1 diabetic and that just had medical complications and died when I was really young. My biological mother was like diagnosed with bipolarness, and then when that all happened, like turned to drugs. And so then like, you know,
which probably made it worse.
Yeah, exactly. And then we lived with her for a while. So then obviously which she was like doing drugs and all that crazy stuff. And then like finally my aunt and uncle, who I refer to as my mom and dad. One, it's just easier to say that. And they're the ones that raised me. They are my mom and dad, even though they're like my uncle dad, my aunt mom, you know, some funny like whatever. But like no, but yeah, so they're I consider them my parents. Like I owe them the world. They're amazing for that. But yeah, so then they ended up adopting me and my sister. But like so the story is just kind of like, you know, like if you have so like the koi fish, like I said, swimming against the current turns into the dragons. Like doesn't matter like how hard or what like
whatever what life throws at you.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you just like stay true and keep pushing, like you can always find a way through, and there's always like a reward on the other side. And by reward, I don't mean like, an actual reward, but like in terms of just
yeah.
Go ahead. Yes.
No, I know where you're going with that.
Yeah, it's just like
I can't think of the word either though.
I want to say there's light at the end of the tunnel, but it's just like, dude, if you like, and I can apply that to any situation. We can apply it to jiu-jitsu. We can apply it to life. Dude, the people that put in the work, stay true, and grind and don't give up, no matter how hard that current or that stream is, eventually you're going to find some sort of success.
Absolutely.
And whatever that success is to you individually, whether it's financial, whether it's,
I feel
family.
Like success is just, it's in the eye of the beholder.
100%. So 100%.
It's all about whatever your goal is, you need to do whatever it takes to get to that goal.
Exactly. Like for me, financially, like I'm not a person that needs a ton of money.
Right.
Like, so for me, the goals are never financial. It's like just like having a good quality of life, being surrounded by friends and family that I love. So me and my guys right now, I'm the richest.
Life,
I'm wealthy as shit. So like, that's kind of like what the tattoos mean. There's like an Anya mask out there, and like Anya masks are usually like represent like scorned spirits. Because at the time of the tattoo, I held a lot of resentment towards like my mom, because I was like, oh man, how could she do drugs? She had kids, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, I've let all that go. So yeah, any of you out there, if you ever hold on, it's just forgive. Don't forget, but forgive. Right. Yeah, don't carry that stress in that way. Man, we just got deep, dude.
I know, dude, I'm telling you.
No, but so that's what that had. That's what that was.
Tattoos will do that, by the way.
Dude, for real.
Because every tattoo, just like everybody's jiu-jitsu journey, is a story, but tattoos themselves. I'm a firm believer that tattoos have a story. Everybody's got a story.
I would hope so. I mean, it's on your body forever.
I did talk to one person about their tattoos. It wasn't on the podcast. It was somebody I work with. And I asked them about their tattoos because they're so random ones. And he's like, I just like getting tattoos. I don't care what they are.
Okay, hey, that's fair.
But that's still a story.
Exactly. That's fair. Story. That's fair. That is true.
Like he had like, I mean,
he just pointed at the wall.
Seriously, it was kind of like that. He said that he would do that at times. Like,
I believe it.
For him, it was more like therapeutic.
Yeah. That totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. I get it.
So
I would like more, but
I want more too.
I just am at the point where it's like, I don't know what I want, and then it's like, if I get him, then I got to take time off from. It's like,
but you only have to take like a week.
Yeah, once it scabs, you're good to go. Yeah.
So
no staff for me. I haven't
so
had
your foot was the hardest one to do?
Oh, absolutely.
Totally. Not the thigh.
Thigh was easy.
The thigh was hard.
Thigh was so easy.
It's like sensitive skin there though.
Dude, I could have had a conversation like we're having now the whole time.
When I got my ribs done, I was having a conversation with the guy.
Oh, that one I feel like I'm scared. I want my ribs done, but I'm scared.
It only got really painful when they got to. There's two spots that were really painful. Honestly, when I had my inside of my bicep done,
miserable.
That was the worst.
This is the worst pain.
Yeah.
And then like mine comes up on my trap a little bit. That kind of hurt too up there.
Right where the bone is, because I have that up there too.
The pit. A lot of people said the pit was bad. That was easy. That was easy.
I feel like this whole part of my arm. This was easy.
This was miserable. This
wasn't too bad for me.
Right there was bad.
Do you actually have it tattooed there though, or is it like reversed?
The wind bars come over they just miss it. And I was like,
I have the Corvette ZR1 logo here, and
right on the elbow.
But it's reversed, right? Am I saying that right? So it's like the shadow reversed.
Oh yeah, the negative space. Yeah.
So he did a lot of negative space there.
That's sick.
It came out great, but like I can't imagine. I've seen people with like spider webs, and like to me, I don't know about you. Thin lines are the worst.
Yeah. Oh,
they look the coolest, but they hurt the most.
No, you know what the worst is? And fuck every tattoo artist for this. The fucking dry wipe.
Oh, the dry wipe. I like when they soak it.
Oh, yeah. But sometimes
when it's all over.
But sometimes when they're just real quick to wipe it, you're like, oh, dude, it feels like a lighter, bro. Yes. It's like, you're like, oh, man.
Or when they have to go over it a second time.
Dude.
The second time around, and it's like, the shading part, and they're like doing this. Oh, they're like completely scraping you. And they're going against the grain of the skin too.
Horrible.
I don't know. I love it. But the ribs weren't too bad. I have a lot of fine lines on my ribs, so that wasn't extremely pleasant. But like The worst was when they did the wing, because it's like right here on my oblique. It's right on my oblique. And then the top of the wing, the spike comes right up.
Right on those like floating ribs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That was a little sensitive.
I'm good on that one.
So
I would love to get a leg sleeve. Like, dude,
I want a leg sleeve.
I want my shin. So my buddy, the one that wanted me to train at 10th Planet with him, he has a complete leg sleeve, knee down. Yeah. Like completely. All the way around. Yeah. And he said the calf was miserable.
I have a tattoo right here that wasn't bad. Actually, this is my first tattoo.
Really?
I was 17. I had to get my dad to sign off on it. And it's a gargle. It looks like complete crap, but I'm never going to get it covered up, because to me it's more about the memory and the story behind
100%.
It, not necessarily what it is. You know?
I'll never get my foot touched up, not because of that, because it just is.
It just gives you too much pain.
It's too much. I'm good, man. I'm good. Screw that. The only time we see is when I do jiu-jitsu anyways.
Right. That's true. I see it when I toe hold you.
Yeah, shit. Or wrist lock me.
All last night.
Yeah, you ain't.
I was going to say, like, how you were talking about your first round with a girl, like breathing heavily and whatnot, and then she's like all calm. I was like, that sounds like our role last night.
I'm getting better. I'm getting there.
Some things don't change.
No, honestly, like my pacing now. See, I think I went the polar opposite. Now sometimes I feel like I'm too relaxed. Yeah. So sometimes I need to feel like I need to pick up the pace a little bit, which I tried to a little bit last night, which is fine. Like, I think like I went with 2 white belts and then you and Aaron. So 2 white belts, 2 black belts. Couldn't be more fucking polar opposite for all my rounds last night. Right. And of course the white belts, I'm like, get a couple subs and then I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna chill out, let them work. You know how it is. And then I'm like, now my neck is fucked up because of that, because
it's the worst, man.
One got me in a bow and arrow.
That's the worst decision.
Dude, well, I'm like, okay, let's see how deep he can get this and let's see how long it'll take me to get out of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just can't get out.
And it's okay to tap.
Oh, 100%. But
okay to tap.
I was like trying to work it so hard. And like to the point where it was like Jarek or Jared. I'm not sure.
The 2 that were there last night.
The one that was in the green gi.
Jarek.
So he got and like I'm like telling him like no, Jared, yeah. I'm like no, this lady's got to be here. I'm like kind of walking him through the sub, and he's like putting me in it. I'm like, oh yeah, just start from there, and he's like cranking, and I'm like, fuck, this was a bad idea. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to work this. I'm like trying to get this. I'm trying to get the elbow over the head, and he's just fucking ripping it. I'm like, god damn, dude. I'm like,
he's been training off and on for a long time.
Oh, okay, that makes sense, because he's I'm like,
probably I mean, I think
because his daughter trains too.
Yeah, very consistently. Now he's very consistent.
Yeah, because he
trained with Joe at Carlson Gracie for a while.
Oh shit, he's
so, like
on and on for a while.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense, because with him, I'm like kind of like you kind of know what's going on.
Oh, he knows.
Okay, I was like you don't seem like a true white belt.
No, he's pretty close to
the other guy. I was like, okay, we just got.
That's why I wasn't sure who you're talking about, because we got a couple, probably 3 people last night. I think was
all
the first
3 white belts in the entire gym.
May have been the first time I've seen them, so which is good.
And that's another thing, but that's another big contrast between Atlas, Vegas, and then coming back to Vegas. That's another big contrast, is like Pica Pau is like extremely like top heavy.
Yeah, we have a lot of higher belts.
100%. Like, dude, like that was a big, like, and I'm not trying to brag or be like, oh, I'm fucking the shit, because like I get my ass whooped a lot, right?
Yeah.
But like, at Atlas, it was like, I would say probably like 60 to 70% of the gym was white and blue belts, right? Yeah. And then like, you have like a good amount of like purple belts, and then it started to fall off. There was like, I can literally off the top of my head only name like 3 brown belts. And now they're black belts, obviously. Yeah. But like, I'm like, dude, like here it's like, I'll come to an open mat and like, I'll get 6 or 7 rounds in, and like 5 of them are with black belts. It's like, fuck, dude.
It wasn't always like that. When
I like it.
When I was at Carlson Gracie with a lot of people from Pica Pau, we were all lower belts, like white and blue belts. Yeah. And there's a sprinkle of purple belts, but there was only 2 brown belts and 2 black belts. The 2 black belts were Brian Bishop, and then Jeff, who they owned. Yep. They owned the gym. And then the brown belts were Larry and Blaine. Yeah. So I don't know. You probably never met Blaine, but you've met Larry.
Yeah. Larry, not Blaine. Yeah.
So, and like to us, those 2 were like
the gods.
They were like the gods.
Yeah, 100%.
They were the mat enforcers too, because like if someone got out of line, you had to answer to them, and it was like, ugh. No one wanted to answer to him.
Dude, me and the mat enforcer at Atlas would fucking scrap.
Yeah.
He was one of the brown belts. Funny enough, his name is Matt. Army vet, 11 Bravo, like Purple Heart recipient, fucking
Jack.
just gorilla, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking heavyweight. But me and him, dude, I didn't know. He would fuck me up. But back then, like, I was in better shape, so my cardio was way better, and I would just go
You would
hard.
just go.
I would just go. So I need to get back there. But, like, no. So that was, like, that's like, it sucks because, like, you know, at Atlas, right before we moved, right before we moved to Chicago. You know, I was getting to that point where it was like, I was still a white belt. I got my blue belt from Aaron.
Right.
So I was still a white belt, but it was like, and once again, I'm not trying to humble brag, and I'm not trying to be like that, but it was get to the point where I was like fucking up almost all the white belts, and then sometimes catching some of the newer blue belts, right?
That's usually...
That's a natural progression.
That's natural, yeah.
Yeah.
But then once you get your blue belt, you're getting killed again.
Oh, dude, once I came to Pica Pau as a white belt, I was just getting fucking murdered again. And I was like, whoa, what the hell? One, obviously...
It's different styling too, though.
Well, Pica Pau is very leg lock heavy, no gi, like that style, which I prefer, obviously.
Again, Midwest to, like... I'm still going to consider Vegas like California style.
Yeah, it's a West Coast thing,
so,
100%.
Like I feel like I was talking to somebody. I was probably when I was at Tap Cancer Out. Yeah, because I was at Tap Cancer Out in San Jose.
Oh, yeah.
And we were talking about the different styles between like the Midwest and California. California is so gi-centric. Like they don't really do a lot of
you got AOJ out there. You got all those guys there, all the big dogs.
And they get a lot of different IBJJFs that are mostly in the gi.
Yeah, 100%.
So, like that state probably has the most IBJJF tournaments than
I believe it.
So.
No, it's cool because like now too, it's like it's nice to have both styles, but like, dude, yeah, coming to Pica Pau was like a fucking wake up call.
How did you find Pica Pau?
So funny enough, I hope my wife never watches this.
Newspaper?
No, I hope my wife never watches this.
She's watching it, buddy.
Yeah, shit. Well, literally, dude, I literally kind of moved where I did because of Pica Pau.
Really?
Oh, dude. So
you knew of Pica Pau before you came back?
Yeah, so I was just Googling gyms out there because once again, I was going to be a world champion and this was my life and, you know, jiu-jitsu, all that shit. Like I was all in. So I was just looking up gyms. Like we moved to Chicago because my wife got into grad school. She's in occupational therapy right now. So that's why we came back. I'm from here. She's from out there, but we moved here for her to go to school. So once she got accepted and was like, okay, I'm going to accept this position in the program and we're going to move. I just started like mass researching. I was like, okay, like I kind of know these areas because this is like where I grew up, you know, went to Yorkville High School, all this shit. So I found 10th Planet Lombard. Yeah. I found Pica Pau. And honestly, I think those are like the only two gyms where like I started researching like competition history of like Aaron. Yeah. And then obviously of like Omar and stuff. And we started looking at houses and originally we were kind of like, well, maybe we'll live in like the Plainfield area. And I was like, okay, well, that's kind of a far drive, like whatever. So I like started kind of like looking in other areas closer to Lombard, closer like to the side
Batavia, Geneva.
Yeah, to the side of Aurora, right? Yeah. And then like we found the townhouse we're in now, and I was like, in full disclosure, Delaney was like, I don't really like it, but I was like, no, it's like a good price. It's right by 88. It'll be easy for you to go to school. You like live like 15 minutes away. All in the back of my head, I'm like, this is like 5 minutes away from one of the gyms that I potentially want to train at, right? So eventually, like, we put an offer in. We actually put an offer in on another house in North Aurora, but our offer got like an actual house, like something like yours.
It probably got taken.
Yeah, we got beaten out because I used the VA loan. They did a cash offer.
That's what was happening back then too. Like we put because we were selling. Right before COVID, we were selling, and by the time we went and looked at a house, that was like 5 miles away. We got home and called our real estate agent and said, "Hey, we want to make an offer," and he's like, "It's sold."
Dude, that happened to us on two different houses. One actually in Plainfield, and thank God it actually sold. We literally saw it on Zillow. Delaney was like, "I love that." I called our real estate agent. He's like, "Okay, I'll put in the offer." Called me back 2 minutes later. He's like, "The house already sold." Yeah, I was like, "Holy shit!" Yeah, so. That kind of played into us getting this townhouse too, because I was like, yo, we've already looked at two different houses, both we tried to put offers in on and sold like, let's just put an offer in on this and see what happens. We put an offer in and they accepted it. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like in the back of my head, I'm like, hell yeah. I was like right by this gym too. So naturally I'm like, okay, literally week 1. And I don't know if you remember, I right as I was leaving Atlas to move here, I had fucked up my LCL pretty bad.
Yes.
So remember like the first couple months I was at Pica, I was in the knee brace.
Yeah.
So literally, we're sleeping on an air mattress still because we used a pod to move, and it's like came like 2 weeks after we moved in. Right. So I'm on an air mattress in my goddamn knee brace. That first Saturday that we're here in our house, I'm like, hey, let's go over to that gym. I dragged Delaney with me. So I meet Tam and Aaron, and I'm like, oh, sick. Okay. And then like Aaron's like, oh, well, this is a competition class because it was obviously on a Saturday. I was like, oh, I'm kind of not ready for that. I like hurt my knee. And he's like, yeah, totally. He's like, just come back. You can like train here for like a couple weeks if you want to, like free of charge, and just try it out. And I'm like, oh shit. Okay. Well, like that's really cool. Like you don't ever see that in any fucking like ever.
It really
any business.
It's not. I think now it's a little bit more of a thing, but like he was the first one I know that
like just stuff. Really spoke to me, to be honest with you, because I was like, damn, like this dude like literally like for me, I'm not a person that cares about money a lot because I'd rather like do the right thing and like just do something cool. Like that's what Double Gold's all about. Like we don't make a lot of money on Double Gold, if any. It's more so about doing something fucking cool. So for him to be like, yeah, dude, just come fucking train, see if you like it. Right then and there, I was like, all right. Yeah. And I didn't even go to 10th Planet. Didn't even go to 10th Planet to fucking try it out.
You've been there since though, right?
Yeah. I've been there since, but like, in terms of like which gym do I want to kind of like home fort? Right there, I was like, I told Delaney in the car, I was like, all right, that's the one. She's like, you didn't even like do a class or anything. I said, I'm good. I don't need to. And then here we are.
That's cool. Yeah. And then, eventually you became the strength and conditioning coach there.
Yeah, so the
on Saturdays.
On Saturdays, yeah. So full circle. No, and the funny thing that I like that how that happened was how did that happen? I think me and Aaron were just talking, and I had mentioned that I was a strength and conditioning coach, and this is like all prior to Double Gold, prior to really like, getting to even be friends with Aaron. Right?
To be honest, it was like almost I wouldn't say the beginning of Pica Pau. We were probably around for a year, maybe 2. Yeah. And, but it was right around, and I'm not going to say it's the peak point of where we started to really start competing. Yeah. It probably was the peak point where we started.
Well, it was prior to that first big team win.
I feel like we haven't peaked yet as a competition gym. I just feel like, I feel like it was probably the start of it, of us getting in our groove. You know?
100%.
So, so he probably saw it as like, I bet you people would be interested.
Well, that's kind of what happened. And once again, just like where he was like, hey, fucking just train for a couple weeks and see if you like it. Kind of the same thing. I kind of mentioned like, I was like, yeah, like I'm talking like, dude, it had to be really early because pre-blue belt because
you're right.
Because I remember specifically having a conversation with Aaron and telling him like, oh yeah, I'm a strength and conditioning coach. Like I'm trying to find like gyms out here to work with and work at or find clients. Like, do you have any recommendations? He's like, do you just want to fucking coach at the gym? And I was like, can I? And he's like, dude, I don't care. You let me know. It was like, I don't care. We'll make it work for you. And it was like, once again, that same like, what can I do for you? Right. Like, how can I help you? Right. Not how can you help me? Right. And like, I mean, any of us that know Aaron, like, that's just how he is. Which is, and like, that's, I feel like that's how I am too. So that, once again, just goes to show me I like made the right choice overall, right? Yeah. So that's kind of how that happened. That's crazy. Yeah, that was pre-blue belt. And then I got my blue belt literally from Aaron that next belt promotion, which was like my literal to the day.
That's what we did in like December, right?
Yeah, to the fucking day. 1 year of doing jiu-jitsu. Yeah. And to this day, I still think I got my blue belt way too fucking fast.
No, I don't think so.
Because I think everybody feels like that.
Yeah. So, like every level, you kind of hinted towards it too. Like when you were in Vegas, you started beating the crap out of all the white belts, and then even hitting some of the newer blue belts. That to me is like a good indication. Okay, you're to me, there's a lot, like I think I've talked to this through with a couple other black belts too, and we all have our own little way of grading people. I do feel like I'm probably harder on that grade because to me, it's how are you doing in competition?
Yeah, I mean
that's
the ultimate test, right?
Yeah, I mean that's not the only criteria for me either. But like my other criteria is exactly that. Like how are you doing against peers, your own size? Like if you don't compete, how are you doing with rolls against people?
That's true.
Your own size, your own weight, your own belt level, or one belt level up.
Yeah, I do think though the best indicator of where you are overall is competition.
Yeah, I will say if you're a white belt and you're tapping out like purple belts and you had no wrestling background, I'm going to start questioning why that person's a purple belt. That's on them. That's not on them. That's not on you. Right.
And that's kind of where I feel like I'm at in my blue belt journey. It's like I'm still like I might not be beating like a lot of like the more experienced blue belts or even like the newer purple belts, but at the same time, like they're not really subbing me either. So I'm like holding my own against them. Yeah. So it's like we're doing all right. We're training like we're having fun with it.
Yeah, you're having fun with it. Have you thought about competing?
No, I love competing. Dude, it's a time thing. It's literally like you
just gotta make time. You gotta make it a priority.
No, I know. Well, here's the thing. Again, it's like
it goes back to the goals.
Right? Exactly. Well, here's the thing. Which I was
going to ask you, like, what the hell are your goals
in terms of jiu-jitsu?
Well, no, in general. Yeah. Just in general. What's your goals?
Like, well, one like with double gold, right? I would love to see double gold like gain some real traction. Yeah. Because like as you guys know, you guys are around the inner circle of double gold, right? Like double gold is like all about giving back to the community, giving back to the athletes. Anytime we get more money from sponsors, we just up the prizes. Yeah. We don't charge anybody to compete. We give them free kits. Like we do media for them. Anytime an athlete asks, like, hey, do you have any other photos that you took of me? Like, I straight up just send them to them. Like, I don't, if I was a fucking greedy, I could be like, $5 a photo. These are professional level photos. Right. Not to
By
like,
far,
not to humble brag, but it's like,
no,
dude,
you're spot on though, man.
If you went to do this with a photographer just for you, this would be hundreds of dollars.
You're so it's like, there are people out there that, and nothing, no shame on them. That's how they make their living.
Yeah, no, 100%. Get it.
They absolutely should. And they're fantastic photos. They're worth every penny.
100%.
Yours are worth just as much.
Yeah,
is what I was getting at.
I'm fortunate enough to be in a spot to where I'm able to do that. So I do, right? But like, so with double gold, it would be like the goal there is I would love to get some more traction, right? With more traction comes more sponsorship money, becomes bigger productions, becomes, better pay for the athletes, better, like it just grow that overall. And that's kind of like where we're at. So it's like, it's nice to see like I think double gold 5, and I say this about every double gold, like it's going to be the best iteration.
I think, go ahead. I think every so far has lived up to that standard.
Yeah. And like, what's the point? So you always want to do it better. You learn each time. You learn each time. And I think, obviously at this one, it's going to be big because it's like 5 different championships, right? Of every weight class.
There's so much going on with that.
It's 5 different belts getting out. So it's going to be like the Night of Champions, right? That's what we're calling
Are they going to go through, you're not giving away all 5 belts though, right? They are. So they're going to do the finals and everything.
Everything. Yeah. So DGI 4, we did have it to where they would fight to the finals, and then
the finals were coming into 5.
Yeah. So we started to learn there was like going to be a lot of scheduling conflicting, right? We had Jaden at PGF, CJ was out at PGF. Yeah. Both of those guys are competing. Then, Riley and Brad and all them are doing trials, which is like the week right before. Yeah. So it's like, and I think CJ's actually doing trials too. Yeah. So it's like, we're like, man, the idea is great. One, for multiple reasons, right? One, for us, we can now build up these storylines of like, so Riley's going to face CJ for the 69 kilogram title. Right. Riley beat CJ's brother to make it to the finals. So now CJ can come back in his super villain poster to avenge his brother, right? To win the belt. So like you could build up these stories, but now with the scheduling, it's like as much as we would like to do that, double gold's not at a point to where one, people are going to prioritize it over other tournaments. Yeah. And two, it's just it just is easier just to have everybody.
Yeah.
And it's 8-man brackets, so it's 1, 2, 3 matches total, which is not like a trials where it's like a 256-man bracket and you're doing, day 1 and day 2, or even like a normal ADCC where you might have 8 or 9 matches in one day.
Yeah.
3 matches. You come win a ton of money, win the belt, and that's very doable from the point of an athlete, and it's very manageable in terms of a promoter as well. So so the 3 brackets, the 3 new weight classes, 99, 78, and 56 women's, they'll fight all the way through, but then we'll have Jaden and Brad versus Riley and CJ, and they'll just be their single fight for the belt. So 5 belts total. Wow. Yeah, it's going to be a crazy night.
That is going to be a crazy night. It's going to be fun.
It'll be a good one. And the guys in the brackets, like Abe. Yeah. Abe is in the heavyweight bracket.
I was looking at all the brackets, and I'm like, names are still coming out. They're still
technically we're not going to release the brackets, right? So we've been posting athlete photos, so you can obviously be like, okay,
you're in this bracket.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you know which weight class they're in.
Yeah,
you just don't know who's facing who.
Exactly. That'll come out on the Monday before DGI. So the 25th is double gold, and then that'll be the Monday before whatever date, that 19th maybe, I don't know, or 20th I think actually.
Yeah. Right.
But so like. There's some studs, and then you have Jaden and Brad, which is, in my opinion, love Riley, love CJ. Both are
phenomenal. CJ had the awesomest
wall jump
to side control.
Yeah, that was wild against Corey. Yeah,
I can't shut up about that.
Was that 4?
That was 4. You missed it because you were at preseason nationals.
I was like on Instagram, like watching. I was like eating like McDonald's on the way home.
No, crazy, dude. Those two, that match is going to be fireworks. But Brad and Jaden is going to be. Yeah. That might just be the match.
You're probably. I think you're right.
That dude. Well, if you watched any, like I said before, if you watched any of PGF, Jaden went on a crazy tear. He actually won MVP of the season, which is wild. 19 years old, motherfucker's a stud.
I do like the idea of the seasons. I have ideas.
The PGF is like, they're trying to be like the NFL of jiu-jitsu.
Well, it kind of makes sense,
which is cool.
I was telling Aaron that it would be cool to do like, like college and high school have team duels for wrestling, right? You each have a weight class, and then you go to different gyms and you compete against each other. Yeah. Well, that'd be so cool to do around Chicago.
I can neither confirm nor deny that's ever been talked about.
I know it's never been talked about.
Yeah, I mean, that idea has been bounced around. Yeah. Teams have been bounced around for double gold. Which is something we will do at some point. I know that, I just don't know when. Yeah. There's some other things in the work.
I think we need to put people in like glass rooms, sort of like with a mat, and let them throw each other through the glass. Let it shatter.
Well, there's ideas that's been talked about.
Maybe crocodiles.
Double golds that have no numbers, and they're just extravaganzas.
Double gold question mark.
You just don't know. You don't know. That's another thing about double gold, right? You never know what the fuck we're gonna do next.
That's what I like about it. One of the things I like is also like the art of it with like the different set designs, right?
Well, that's what it stemmed out of. Like we're both, me and Andrew are both creative guys. Yeah. The whole catchphrase of double gold is jiu-jitsu as fine art, because as much as people like to think, it's flashy, it's grappling, jiu-jitsu is a martial art, right? It is an art. Everyone's jiu-jitsu, you could give me 10 guys and tell them to do an arm bar, and you'll see it done 10 different ways. Yeah. So it is an art, right? Mm-hmm. And you guys will. Absolutely. That's the thing too. Like we talked about wrestling earlier, right? In wrestling, let's be real. There's about 25 moves, and
there's a little bit more than that.
It's speaking in generalities, right? Yeah. And for the most part, it's who's more explosive, who can execute better. Whereas jiu-jitsu, there's it's endless. And I'm not taking anything away from wrestling, because I'll be the first to say it. Wrestling is 100% the harder sport. I don't care what anybody says. It is.
They both have you're right. Jiu-jitsu, you have to, when you're grappling, you have to there's a lot of more what if scenarios.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's where the art comes in. Yeah. And that's why we said jiu-jitsu as fine art. And the whole idea stemmed from there's one iconic photo, and I'm sure you both know it. I don't know the artist or what even the image is called. It's back in the 50s or 60s, and it's the two dudes wrestling in the Roman they're like that amphitheater, right? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Yep. That one photo. Yep. And that literally one photo is what sparked the idea of double gold. It's
oh really?
Oh dude, that whole photo is dude.
Yeah. you know what? I remember Andrew was talking about that when I had him on the podcast.
Yeah. Dude, that's like the one idea that like sparked double gold. I was like, dude, eventually
that's why we have the pillars.
Yeah, we were like, what if we did what if we brought mats and rented out a museum and literally just did double gold in a museum?
Yeah, that would be cool.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's where the ideas are like.
Or find a warehouse that you can rent for a weekend.
Yep.
And make an art
exhibit.
It's like a gallery. It's like a gallery.
You put a gallery up. You sell your artwork, and there's jiu-jitsu on the side.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what the whole concept of jiu-jitsu is.
I think that would be cool. And invite other artists.
Yeah, 100%. All local, like Chicago artists would be sick.
Yeah.
If you notice too, like all the double golds we had, all the walkout music has come from Chicago artists or producers from Chicago. So it's really,
I noticed that in your video.
Yeah, it's really about like community, right? Yeah. So like, and that's why I said like, dude, as long for me personally, as long as we're like not hemorrhaging money doing double gold, like we'll do it forever. Would it be nice to like make some money off it? Yeah, of course, dude. Of course. I'm not saying.
I mean,
so that's not what we're doing it for. You know what I mean? But like, would it be nice? Yeah. But like, as long as we're not hemorrhaging it, once again, it always comes back to like, what is just the coolest shit we can do and be a part of? Because like, when I'm an old kid, like dude, and like I have a kid or something or whatever, like a grandkid, and they're like, jiu-jitsu is as big as the NFL. Story, right? It's like, dude, hey, I used to do this thing that was like crazy. You want to see it? It's like, I that's to me when we're talking about wealth and success. As long as I have some crazy cool stories, like when I'm older, I'm good, man.
Cool. What's your goal within grappling?
I would like to get back to competing. I'm like I said, I'm kind of an all-in type person, and right now, as much as I love jiu-jitsu, it is hard to be like all in with as much shit as I got going on. I have been, like I said, I train 2 to 3 times a week, pretty consistently now, which is nice. Yeah. That's why I've been going to morning classes too. And then
those morning classes are tough.
I know.
They're fire. Like Joe's got it down.
They're just all big boys. They're all big boys.
I was there the other day and there was like maybe it was split 50-50. Cause I even mentioned to Joe, I was like, where did these big guys come from? And he's like, what are you talking about? Where do these little guys come from? They usually always be. So like James is there, and
I know. I always try to beeline right towards the gym. Like, hey, we're kind of the same.
James. All of them are tough rolls in the morning.
Yeah, James is a hard roll.
Yeah,
it's dude. But yeah,
you should go with Brian Jones. Have you rolled with Brian Jones?
Yep. He's really good. He's really good. No, but like, yeah. So like the goal in jiu-jitsu is like, obviously first and foremost, before anything, is just get a consistent schedule down. Yeah. I would love personally to be training 4 times a week. I was at 4 to 6 in Vegas, so I love to at least be at the low end of that again.
That's tough. I mean,
realistic, is it though?
Well, yes, and I'll tell you why. So, knowing everything that you have going on, we joked last night talking about being an entrepreneur, right? Remember we mentioned that comment,
Albert,
how hard that is, right? And you are pretty much an entrepreneur.
Yeah,
you are. There's no other way to skin that, right?
Yeah, I would agree.
Like you're out doing not just one thing, but multiple things. You're being a personal trainer. You're being an artist with not just double gold stuff, but like you're going and doing photography for cars and automotive stuff. You're not just doing photography, but you're doing videography.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is, in my opinion, 100 times harder. Takes up a lot more time to do these edits.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's just you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then on top of that, then you start adding your jiu-jitsu in.
Yep.
So that's why I say it's hard. It's hard to get the time. And you're a husband.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
That all that stuff will take priority over anything else.
Especially being a husband, right? That's the number one priority. Yeah. And that's kind of why like there was a big shift to the morning classes, and now with her schedule changes, kind of shifting back to evening classes because like before it was like, right, she's in grad school, so she would leave the house early to go to school, and then she'll go work like half a day, and she'll get home at like 7, and then I won't get home till like 8:30 after jiu-jitsu, and then we're like watch TV for an hour and go to bed, like spend no time together. So I was like, fuck. Okay, I'll just start going to morning classes, 6:30 in the morning. Like you're not even up yet. Like it doesn't matter. Then like, man, those 6:30,
they're rough.
It's rough.
If you're not used to it and you're getting up at 6 o'clock or 5:30 to get there.
But hey, how bad do you want it?
Yeah. No, that's true.
But like physically, I think 4 to 6 times a week is not too taxing, especially if you train smart, right? And this is kind of where like the background of like
that part that part I agree with. You could physically do 4+ times a week. Easily. I mean, I'm 48 and I train, let's see, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, sometimes Sunday,
and Fridays.
And Friday. Oh yeah, Fridays.
Yeah. That's the day we all.
Your eyes are wide open on Fridays because
nobody misses Fridays. Yeah, nobody misses Fridays.
Yes, I always forget. I forget about open mat sometimes. Yeah. So,
but I think too. If we want to talk about the physical aspect, as long as you train smart, you can because here's the thing. Like, right, this is kind of how I train. Like during the week, I've been making like Tuesday mornings pretty consistently. Wednesday evenings pretty consistently, and then Friday open mat, right? Yeah. So like,
I think that's funny.
No, and it's good, and you know what? Truly, I feel like I've been actually making a lot of progress like from a technical aspect. I feel like I've been getting better there. Tuesdays, like I don't stay at all and do live. It's just I'm just there to drill. Yeah. One, because it's 6 a.m. Fuck that. Two,
but that's okay.
Yeah, but then it's like also like so like in sports performance, right? That you can like a really popular method of training is called like the high-low method, right? Yeah. So like you have your performance days, and then you have your like I don't want to say recovery, but like your high intensity and your low intensity days, right? So for me, like if I'm thinking of that, my high intensity day is Friday. Yeah. I'm there to fucking scrap. Right. And like sometimes I'm there for 45 minutes, but like I don't take a rest round for that 45 minutes. And like usually it's with like you, fucking Joe, Aaron, David Garcia.
Fridays you're hitting every brown belt and up. That's in Chicago.
I was just about to say, dude, like literally Micro Muto. It's like it's literally
like I'm the rest round on Friday nights.
I don't ever like Friday, dude. I don't ever roll with the blue belt. It's like what the fuck, man.
And even if you are, you wouldn't know it because everyone's a no-gi. Dude, and the blue belts are just that. The blue belts are just that talented.
Dude, it's crazy. It's like what the fuck, man. It's like I don't ever get an easy round, which is good. But then like Wednesday, right? So it's kind of like, okay, we'll drill for 30 minutes and then we'll roll for like the 4 rounds. And you like, for example, this Wednesday it was 2 white belts and then you and Aaron. So 2 black belts, 2 hard rounds. So it kind of like messes, kind of like sets it like in that middle ground. And then, that Tuesday is just drilling. So like, if I could put in another drill day, now I have 2 low days, 1 medium and one peak performance day. And so physically it's not that, but like you said, it is a timing thing. Luckily my wife is really cool with me like training because she understands like I love it. Yeah, 100%.
That's another big thing.
Yeah, I can't imagine having someone where it's just like you're going to jiu-jitsu again. Yeah, no, she's super good. Like she's super good to me. Like obviously that's why I married her. She's awesome. I fucking love her. But no, she's super supportive of everything. Like she comes and helps out with double gold. She does all. She's all about it. Like I'm still trying to get her into jiu-jitsu. She went with me once and she's like, not really for me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to shove it down your throat because I do think it's important that we both also each individually have our own things. Yeah. And for me, like obviously jiu-jitsu is my thing. Cause like even with photography, she enjoys photography. So like when we go to the card meets or something,
she's there.
I'll give her my camera and she'll do photo.
That's cool.
And I'll do all the video. And it's like, so she enjoys that. So we have our things that we share. Yeah. But like jiu-jitsu is kind of like my thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but yeah, man, like if I could get in there, like, and this is crazy because, I'm a strength and conditioning coach. That's what I went to school for. But like lately, I do feel myself, I'm training more grappling than I am actual like
strength and conditioning.
Yeah, 100%.
I was going to ask about that. Like, how often are you lifting and doing that?
Usually I'll get like 2 lifts in per week. Yeah. And because I'll go with my wife and that's just another opportunity for us to kind of spend some time together. But I'll do like 2 full body days, usually 2 big compound movements and then like a little bit of accessory. And then I use like jiu-jitsu as my cardio. So I'm not training cardio like that, which honestly it should be reversed. I should be training cardio by itself. And then
would you do, so this is a question. If you're trying to cut weight, would you recommend doing your cardio first and then weight training?
Or weight training and then cardio.
So
what comes first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah, right. So this is kind of like a lot of people argue about this online and on forums and coaches, really good coaches all argue about this. This is the way that I've found success, not only with myself, but also with athletes that I've worked with. Assess where you're at in each individual of those things, right? So like I got a gas tank, but I'm weak as shit. Then you should prioritize strength training. And you're always going to be better at what you do first because that's where you're freshest. Now, if you're like, my case, right? I'm really strong, but my gas tank is dog shit. Yeah. I should be prioritizing prioritizing cardio and then a couple lifts at the end, because that's where I'm freshest. That's where I can make the most bang for my buck. So it really depends on like kind of where you are as an athlete and what the priority is.
So do you think lifting weights, so I'm thinking like cardio for 20 minutes, it kind of tires you out a little bit. Mm-hmm. Then you go in strength training. So you're lifting weights while you're tired.
Yeah.
So do you think that's bad?
Yeah. See, here's where we get. So, it all depends there's two things you need to look at when you do that, right? And this applies for both cardio and for strength, right? There's intensity and volume. Mm-hmm. And you can only do as much as you can recover from, because now we start to get into a negative, right? Because there's a thing called super compensation, right? So what'll happen is, right, you're at your baseline, you start to work out, your body can't recover, right? So this is not just over a workout. This is over like
time.
Yeah, it's like, so we'll call it 4 weeks,
4
right?
weeks. That's usually the brick wall.
Yeah. So we'll call it. You'll start to get to a point to where your body can't recover, and then super compensation happens, where your body is like, oh, we can actually recover to this because we're used to this volume, and then it shoots up above your baseline, and then the cycle repeats itself. So it's really like the whole like saying 3 steps forward, 1 step back. You're still 2 steps ahead of where you started. Right. Even though you're taking 1 step back, you're still 2 steps ahead. So that's kind of the same thing there. Now, in terms to answer your question of like, is it bad to like strength train while you're fatigued? Not necessarily. Like, once again, like if your goal is to get stronger, you should be doing that when you're fresher, because that way you can actually put more intensity into it, more volume, because you're not fatigued, right? But I guess the biggest thing there is like, you just need to watch out. One, you don't want to fry your central nervous system, so your CNS, because that's where it's like, heavy compound lifts will, that's why it feels like you're like 2 days later, you're like, fuck, I'm wrecked, right? It's because your CNS, like muscle, like
what's CNS?
Your central nervous system.
That's right? For everyone that doesn't.
Yeah, so your central
that's for everyone like me that uses
your central nervous system, like you're taxing your like legitimate like nervous system, right? Okay. And your body goes into like fight or flight mode, like like we got to shut down other shit to recover.
Like what is that? Ketosis?
That's a little different. That's different. Yeah, that's more so like so when you are ketosis, right? So when you are fasting, your body
starts eating itself, basically. Eating the fat.
Yeah. I can never say this fucking word right. Aphagy. I can never say that word right. But
can we just call it fat?
Yeah. So no, what'll happen is I can never say that word right. And I even when I was in school, I can never say it right. But
how did you pass,
dude? Shit. Sometimes, I went to school to pick shit up and put it down. So it can't be that hard, right? No. So what'll happen is your body will start to eat its resources, right? Yeah. So your body will always look for a carb source,
right? First.
So once it depletes all that, it'll start to deplete some muscle glycogen, right? And then it will be like, well, we ran out of that. What the fuck do we do?
What do we do?
So now your liver will start to turn fat into ketones, right? So ketosis. Yeah. And then your body will switch over and start to burn fat as its main fuel source. Cool thing about that is you're limited on the number of carbs, right? And glucose, right? So glucose that your body has to burn. So you're pretty much unlimited in terms of energy potential in your fat, right? Right. So that's why, and two, like your body is never truly burning one at a time, because there's multiple different energy systems, right? And like, so when you're sprinting or when you're grappling, that's why it's such a hard like puzzle to fix, because like distance runners, you're like, okay, we kind of are only focusing on one energy system, right? Right. Sprinters, we're kind of only focusing on one energy system depending on what the distance is, right? Grappling is like, well, half your match you're just going balls to the wall, half your match you're stalling. So we're kind of looking at different energy systems here. But like the nice thing is like, because once you're like on a marathon runner, right? For maybe the first mile, until they hit their stride, their body is burning as glycogen as its fuel source, glucose as its fuel source, and then they kind of start to switch over, and so that's anaerobic versus aerobic, right? Yeah. Oxygen, lack of oxygen, right? So lack of oxygen is like all your short, fast twitch, shot, reshot, scramble. Whereas, your aerobic, which
he's shaking his head like he knows what he's talking. Like he knows what you're talking about. Well, he has no idea though.
Yeah. So, and then like your body will switch over, and then you'll start to like use oxygen to help kind of do everything. But yeah, so that's what ketosis is. Your body basically just starts to use fat as a fuel source. Your liver will turn your fat into ketones, and then your body because your body can't do fat, so it's got to be into ketones. So that's why like And then here's the thing that sucks about intermittent fasting and doing all that is like, anytime you spike your insulin, your body will start to shift back over because insulin's kind of what makes you fat, right? Insulin dictates how your body stores energy, right? So sometimes it's like, okay, we have enough, go send it over here. We don't, send it over here. Do we need to store this for later? Do we utilize it right now? So that's why like metabolism, people are like, oh, I got to slow metabolism. It's like, no, you just need to retrain your Are we running up on time?
No.
Okay.
I had a panic attack for a second. I saw the red lights. I was like, have we been muted this whole time?
Oh my God, imagine. But no, so like that's why like your metabolism truly, people are like, well, I got to slow metabolism. It's like, no, you don't. You just need to retrain. Your metabolism truly like
it goes dormant, but it doesn't it doesn't even really go dormant. Right?
That is your metabolic rate.
Yeah. It falls. Yes, right.
But it doesn't
you can
stop.
kick it back in.
Exactly.
As soon as
I'm glad you understand that because a lot of people think, oh, my metabolism is low.
It doesn't.
Physiologically, that doesn't happen until about like 75.
That's like your mentalness. Like that's your desire to not want to do it. Really.
Yeah, no, and it's just like, and obviously your body responds to like your activity levels. The more active you are, the more muscle you carry, the more fat you're going to burn because your body's just like, oh, this is what we need to do. The more dormant you are, the more you sit at a desk, your body's like, well, we don't need it. So instead of just using that energy right now, just store it because we don't need it right now. It's like
when a bear goes and hibernates for the winter.
Exactly. So,
literally. Look at a squirrel, right? A squirrel's a good example because a squirrel, when they're first sign of spring, they're fat.
Yep, and then they get thinned out. Because they're running around again. No, it's the same thing. It's exactly what it is, and that's so like the more active you are, and like most things, it's just like jiu-jitsu. That first month is the hardest. Yeah. It's just like then you're like getting the groove, it becomes easy.
Yep. Yeah.
And then just like jiu-jitsu, you miss a week of practice, it starts to get real easy to be like, maybe I'll just go back next week.
Yeah. And that's kind of what
that's
it comes
the cycle
to, right?
of life.
Like priorities come up.
Yeah.
Or different life changes.
Yep.
Depending on the situation. Like the older you get,
injured,
different things happen. Yeah. You get injured and then while you're recovering, you start forming another hobby. Like, I don't know, basket weaving.
Can we just take a second to acknowledge Chalo, dude?
Dude, that guy.
Dude, that motherfucker's been injured.
Yeah, he just shows up every day.
Every single day and just sits and watches class.
You know who else does that though? James.
Yeah.
James does that too. But Chilo does it a lot.
Dude. Yeah.
He's there all the time. Dude. He started helping me out on Fridays sometimes.
Yeah, can we just, dude. Well, God damn. Yeah. Good on you, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. Hats off to you, buddy.
Respect. Because, crazy.
So, yeah, he's a good dude, man.
Yeah, I like him a lot. He's a cool kid.
I loved having him on. Was it last week? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I was gonna say the last episode. I don't know when it was, but the last episode.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, dude. Yeah. So speaking about, dude, that's crazy. Good for him, man.
Yeah, that's dedication, dude. Yeah. I mean, I love grappling. I say it all the time. It's probably my favorite activity.
Oh, for sure. I enjoy it more than lifting.
Yeah, I do too.
I really do. As much as like
I think I just started lifting and doing one because I was getting older, but lifting and strength and cardio just because it helped me with my grappling.
Yeah, 100%. And that's, you know what, that's funny that you say that because like as someone like coming up, right, as an athlete in general, that's kind of gets lost in the sauce. Yeah, because athletes will start to be like obsessed with like, well, I want to squat 405. It's like, dude, no. You don't understand. Ideally, you're in the gym as little as possible while making gains because this is supplemental to the main thing.
That's right.
Yeah. That should never, this is not the main thing.
The amount of weight that's on my bar is nothing for my goal.
Yeah,
I hear people talk about their PRs and stuff. And I'm like, that's great. I'm glad you have a goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great for you. But that's not my goal. My goal is to go out and win another gold medal somewhere.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I'm glad you understand that because like, dude, that gets lost so commonly with guys. It's like, dude, the minimal effective dose is what I always tell athletes. Yeah. They're like, well, what about 3 days? You're still making gains on 2 days because guess what? Now that adds extra day. Because like I worked with a lot of, I train Mondo right now too. I program for Mondo Gutierrez. We're familiar. Yeah. So right now, and it's like, dude, 3 days. And one of the days is a straight cardio day. So you're lifting twice. Minimal effective dose here, dude.
Do you have them doing full body both days?
Ish. High low. So like not in terms of high low intensity, like upper lower.
Yeah.
Where we are doing some explosive movements, and then he's on the assault bike a lot because the assault bike is
that thing is torture.
Yeah, it's the best way.
Every time you have us touch that thing on a Saturday, I want to kill you.
Yeah, no, it's
it ruins the
If I had more energy, I would choke you.
It is the fastest way to get in shape, in my opinion. I mean, there's a reason that every major collegiate wrestling school, their rooms are lined with them. If you look at Ohio State, you look at Michigan, their whole rooms are lined across them.
AU's got like probably 7 of them just like lined up by like the door.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love it. I hate it, but like I love it.
Oh yeah, you hate it until you see the results. Yeah,
I want one. So I'm actually been looking on Facebook Marketplace.
Dude, they're 100% worth it. So
that and the assault treadmill too.
Yeah, those are nice.
That would be my next treadmill. When that treadmill dies, that's the next.
The curves, they're nice too, and they're easy to run on.
Yeah, until you fall on your face.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot.
The very first time I tried one of those, I fell.
I've seen that a lot because
it's weird. The curve is weird.
It doesn't, because you feel like you're running up a hill, but then it's like, I know exactly what you mean
because there's no like real motor to it. Like it's self-propelled.
You're the motor.
You are the motor. Exactly. So.
Yeah, there's not no pun intended, but there is a learning curve too.
Yes. I like what you did there. There is.
No, it's but yeah, so it's like the minimal effective dose because you want to keep the main thing, man.
Yeah.
If you're a wrestler, right? If you're a grappler, if you're an MMA fighter, that's the focus. Yeah. Do that as much as possible. We sprinkle in this to fill in the gaps, right? To fill in the gaps. So that gets lost in the sauce sometimes. You got to remind guys.
There's days where I will do like 20 minutes cardio, 20 minutes of strength training. Yep. And then I'll come over here and roll with the dummy.
Yeah, exactly. No.
And I'll do that for another hour.
Yeah, and this is a sick setup. I wish I had this. So they can't really see it here, but this is such a dope setup. Thanks. I'm so jealous.
Don't be. You can come over and roll anytime you want.
Yeah, get beat up even more.
No, that's not how it is.
We need to break in the mats.
Yeah, these mats are like, I feel like these mats are hardly used now.
Yeah.
We're at the gym often.
I was going to say. We
so much stuff going on.
Yeah. So,
now you guys are wrestling over at Yorkville.
He's going to Yorkville on usually on Thursdays. He's going AU every day, and then Pica Pau. So he's got a dual meet this weekend on Sunday.
Let's go. I hear Yorkville is like looks just completely different than from when I went there.
Yeah,
I was like coaching one of the kids, the youth guys, and they were like, "Yeah, we got to go over to Yorkville for a swim meet." And I was like,
"Swim meet?"
I was like, "Yorkville doesn't have a pool." They're like, "Yeah, they do." I was like, really? I was like, I went to high school there. When we went, their campus it's a campus. Yeah.
Like it looked like the high school was on one side, and then the gym and everything else is on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they might have changed it. So when I went there, I went to Yorkville my junior and senior year. I went to Marengo High School my freshman and sophomore. So we moved in the middle. When I went there, it was the big. So like I guess I forgot what road it is, but like if you're facing the main building, the one behind you was the freshman campus.
Yeah, there's a sign that said like freshman academy or something.
Yeah, they had only freshmen there, and then in the other side, the big one was sophomore, junior, seniors.
Bonzi does that too.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that's the one thing out here. The schools are massive compared to like
they're huge out here. I went to Wheaton Warrenville, and when I went, it just flipped into a high school. And it was big, but now it's like twice as big.
Yeah, I can't, dude. It's crazy. I mean, football out here goes all the way up to what, 8A?
They have like an 8A, which is insane. Like wrestling only have 3A.
Yeah. I was gonna say in Vegas, I think it was like 4A was like the biggest school. Like there were like nothing. It was nothing crazy out here. It's massive.
No, it's huge out here.
And like the only one school out there that was like crazy for sports was like Bishop Gorman, but they're like a prep school that their football team was like fucking flying to like Georgia and Hawaii. Like there's
oh my gosh.
Oh, I mean, dude, like that's a school.
Can you imagine being in high school going to do a football game in Hawaii? That'd be cool.
No, it'd be so sick. But like that school is like, dude, they recruit like it's like an IMG. If you heard of IMG Academy, like if you go there, like your chances of being like a collegiate or professional athlete is like so high. Dude, like Roma Dunze, the place where the Bears went there. Like it's like, dude,
there's like what is it? It's in Chicago.
Lane?
No, Brother Rice.
Brother Rice, Brother Rice
is such a big athletic school.
Yeah, that's the same idea. And they're private, so they can recruit. Dude, they like own like houses, so like they'll have people come and like you live in the house. Dude, it's crazy. And that's school.
Marmion is another big one.
Yep.
But Marmion's only really big. I mean, they're not a sport. I wouldn't call them a sports thing. They have fantastic wrestling.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know if they're I've not heard much about their football.
No, their
or
football
baseball.
isn't very good.
No, Carmel is a big one.
Mount Carmel is big.
Mount Carmel is a big one.
Yeah.
dude, it's crazy. Like, no, I mean, sports out here, sport culture out here is like, obviously we're in the Midwest. It's like,
there's nothing else to do.
Yeah, dude, seriously. Like, Vegas has talent, but Vegas's culture is very behind in terms of like athletics.
Yeah.
They have good talent, especially with football, but their culture of it, like, they don't buy in. Like, here, if you're like 7 years old and you show any promise,
you're getting scholarships.
And you have a strength coach, you have a skills coach if you play like football. Or
that's why when you said you started baseball, and I think you said you were 7th grade or something. I was like, that seems a little late for baseball.
Yeah, no. I played since T-ball. But yeah, dude, exactly. It's like out here in like, you know, in Vegas, no knock on them, but like for me training out there, there was like the percent of population that was like, well, I'm going to invest in a strength coach because I know it'll help me was like so small compared to out here where it's like, even like, no offense, but like the mediocre kids are like, well, I got to get a strength coach just because that's what's going to get me ahead. The culture is like surround. Even my little sister played softball her whole life. Crazy good. I mean, was on like traveling teams. My parents were flying to California, Tennessee, all over the place, all the damn time when we were growing up. She had like a pitching coach, she had a hitting coach, she had a strength coach.
That's crazy.
Like, but it's like, dude, that's just the culture out here. So like,
wrestling's so much cheaper.
Seriously, you get a pair of shoes.
You get a pair of shoes. Here's a knee pad.
Seriously, maybe a headgear.
Maybe headgear.
Maybe.
Better get a singlet from the program.
That's right. For real, right? Get a pair of like Rudis and you buy it, get your $200 Rudis bag and you're good to go.
That's right.
Yes.
Maybe get some JBs.
Dude, I know people that do like lacrosse and it's the same thing.
Yeah.
They get all these different trainers and the sticks and the helmet.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy.
I'm so glad I don't like have kids that want to do hockey because I can't even imagine how expensive that is.
I know baseball, like they get so much like just like gear and stuff. Yeah. And like some of it, like it doesn't even matter. They just get it for fun. And they just get like so much gear.
It's gotta be sponsors.
I had like 3 gloves when I played.
Yeah. Did you really?
Yeah. Because I would pitch, I would play outfield, and sometimes I'd play second base, so I had a glove for each position.
That's another thing that's crazy to me about baseball is like the different positions you have different gloves.
Yeah.
Like when I was playing baseball as a kid, you had one glove.
Yeah. Well, you got to think, right? So outfield, you want a bigger thing.
Yeah, you want bigger gloves.
Yeah. So, infield, you want a short glove.
I get first base and I get catching.
Yeah, of course. You know, like infield, you want a little tiny glove so you can get it out of your hand faster to get it. So it's crazy.
Do you have any kids that you're doing training with for baseball?
No, in all honesty, like these days I'm pretty selective with and right now I'm actually only programming for Mondo.
Okay.
In terms of coaching, other than Saturdays at the gym in Mondo, I've kind of taken a big step back. Dude, like we were talking about earlier, I was like spread really, really thin, and I do enjoy it and I do love it, but I just like the other things more.
Sure.
And I had to free up something. I had to free up some time or else like everything crumbles, right? Because you just get burned out and you're just like, fuck.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that was kind of the first thing to go. And I was like, so now like I worked with David a lot for his prep for IAGA, his prep for all his like big international stuff. I worked with him. So like now it's like I still do it if people ask and stuff, but it's like I don't really advertise it anymore.
Right.
And I'm not like actively seeking it out. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that,
you'll do it with the right people.
Yes, exactly.
You're just not advertising it.
Yeah, that took a backseat for sure. So
because for a while you were doing like the reels and stuff for like showing people, hey, this is how you lift, this is how you do it.
Which is a whole nother like, dude, it's like,
all over TikTok now. Not you, but other.
Oh, dude, for sure. Yeah. And that's a whole career for people now. But it's like, once again, it's like the same thing. It's like, okay, I enjoyed lifting, right? I've been pretty athletic and enjoyed like physical fitness my whole life. And then like I went to school for it. Then I started doing it. And then I'm like trying to create content. It's like what was once fun now became just like a burden.
So that's what happened to me. Like I was a mechanic. That's why I love cars.
Yeah, absolutely.
I grew up loving cars. And then I was a mechanic and I got burnt out on cars.
Yeah, 100%.
And it killed my hobby. So then the dawn of the internet happened and I could fog up a mirror and a company hired me to do IT. Like literally that's what it was. Yeah. And then I taught myself everything I needed to know about IT and just grew from there,
Yeah.
Now, to be transparent, I hate IT, but it was never a hobby. It was just something to get me to be able to afford my hobby.
Yeah, no, dude, 100%. And honestly, like, I was worried about that when Andrew approached me to do double gold. Like, I was like, well, fuck, jiu-jitsu is kind of like my thing. Like, that's the one thing that I have that it's like nothing is attached to that, and I strictly just do it because I enjoy it. Even with photography, it started out the same way. I loved it. It was just a cool creative outlet, and then all of a sudden people started offering to pay me, and now it became my literal full-time job, right? That's what I do. Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, I'm not at the point where I'm like, well, some things that I have to do, I'm like, man. But like, it's not there yet. But it's like, I was like, fuck, with double gold, I was like, but I don't feel like that at all with double gold, because I think it's so different every time. And it's just like this bizarre, like, maybe if it was like, and no knock on like any of like the other promotions, but if it was more like your standard jiu-jitsu promotion, I'd be like
copy paste.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think I could get burnt out with it, but the fact that it's like
the cool thing, another cool thing on top of it not being copy paste is you have like Andrew giving you guidance and saying, hey, this is what I'm thinking. Yeah. Let's spin it. And it's more of a collaboration. Yeah. Which keeps everything fresh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And a lot of arguments.
Well, sure. But I mean, that happens. I mean,
it's always arguing in the best interest of it. So it always, the best idea always wins. And neither of us are like, get butthurt if it's like his idea and not my idea. Yeah. Like, I don't care. As long as like the best idea wins, which is cool. And that's why I think double gold has been what it is because it's always, doesn't matter who it is. And even Aaron will like pitch ideas that's not matchmaking, and we'll be like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Well, we had that chat right after, like the day, it may have been the day of 4. We created that chat with, it was the 4 of us, I think, or 5 of us. And we were just spinning off ideas for 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like back to back to back to back. It was a cool chat.
Yeah. So. Best idea always wins. And there's no ego involved. Yeah. And like, that's another thing too. Like when starting double gold, I was like, well, there's going to be this weird dynamic now because like Aaron is now my coach, but now he's also like an equal in a different venture. And is that dynamic going to be able to like?
I guarantee Aaron doesn't have that.
No.
I feel he doesn't have that type of bone in his body.
No. And it wasn't like that. So. And it never has been like that, which was good. But that was a concern when it started. I was like, well, shit, like. Obviously, he's in a position of power at the gym, but then now when he comes over there, is it gonna be weird? No. And thankfully it wasn't, like you said.
Yeah, like quite honestly, like I've never ever had a argument with Aaron or anything like that, or never. It's never. I've never needed to be honest.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think Aaron's like the most easygoing dude I've ever met in my life.
So he hits me up on instant messaging or texting and. Throws things at me and says, hey, can you do this? Or what do you think of this? Hey, I'm thinking about canceling this, or I'm doing this. Yeah, dude, let's do it. Whatever you want.
No, he's the easiest dude to work with.
Yeah, he is. He really is. So
I'm like texting that man every day. So it's like, dude.
I can't even imagine how many people text him a day.
Oh yeah. Like, I don't know how he doesn't get burnt out. Jeez, dude.
That's one thing I do worry about is like, at what point is it too much?
I mean there's one thing I can tell you. That man loves jiu-jitsu. I don't think it's possible for him to get burnt out on jiu-jitsu.
I don't think so either.
I truly don't. No. I honestly think, dude. If you see this, I don't mean this in a bad way, but I think if Aaron didn't have jiu-jitsu, that man would be so depressed and just fall into like, because dude,
probably
I think he loves jiu-jitsu just as much as he loves Tam.
It's probably close,
dude. It's really close. That man, but also that goes to speak volumes of why Pica Pau is so good.
Mm-hmm. But I think Tam's the same way.
Oh yeah, she is for sure.
Once Tam found jiu-jitsu, she's like locked in on it.
Oh, it's dude, like, both of them. It's like the power couple, bro. They're both like so good too. That's the crazy thing. Yeah. It's crazy because
because all they do is drill.
Dude, rolling with Tam is fucking dude. She's like
super flexible,
dude. Yeah.
Dude. Her guard is pretty much unpassable. Dude, like she's like a fucking
90-pound woman, dude. When she's on you, she feels so heavy. I don't like in terms of like leverage, dude. I don't think there's anybody in the gym that has better leverage than her because she just understands how to feel so heavy as such a small human.
She definitely knows how. She knows how.
And she just fucking is glued to you.
That's
dude.
The key.
If you give her an inch, you never get it back.
She literally becomes like part of your own body.
Yes, dude.
You know
she's like
a
fucking backpack.
Yeah.
She sucks to you. It's
well, don't ever let her get to your back because if you can avoid it. If you can avoid it.
Yeah, it's game over.
Yeah.
It's usually I can't. So she's there a lot.
Yeah.
But dude, but between the two of them, but like, dude, yeah, those two couldn't have been better gym owners and like better like people did like being jiu-jitsu.
One of these years, I'm going to get both of them in these chairs. So
that'd be sick.
We'll add a chair for you.
Yeah.
So don't know when.
That definitely needs to happen.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Dude, I covered a lot of shit.
We've been yapping.
Yeah.
I totally lost track of where I was at.
Yeah.
What was I say? How can people find you?
Instagram. Unfortunately, I have like 30 of them. But no. So my Instagram, by.brody with 2 Y's, by.brodyyy. That's just like my photography Instagram. That's usually what I spend most of my time on. I do have a personal Instagram, but like that's like for people I know in real life, friends and family.
So the BY blah blah blah.
That's more of like the public page.
Yeah, that's when you have all the car reels.
Yeah, that's all my photography.
Check them out. That is like the awesome.
I post jiu-jitsu too. I post jiu-jitsu. I post jiu-jitsu too.
That one by far has got some awesome videos of some really cool cars. Really cool cars. What's your favorite car?
I'm a Porsche fan.
You are.
I'm a Porsche guy. 911.
See, I'm a Corvette guy.
You're American made. I get it.
Yeah.
I like that German engineering.
You know what though? My car's a German engineered car in a way. If you think about it.
You're not wrong.
The original 01 was designed by Lotus.
Yeah, that's true.
So
no, I'm a Porsche guy. 911, specifically the 930.
Okay.
So mid 80s, early 80s Porsche.
I had a boss. He had a 2003 GT, and then Gabe's like, I have no idea what these are.
Yeah,
he knows nothing.
Cars
about
I'll never be able to afford.
Yeah, they're all cars that
cars.
Yeah, pretty much.
Get the Hot Wheels.
There we go.
He had a 79 911, and he said it was always low mileage. I was like, why don't you ever drive it? He's like, it's because every time I drive it, something breaks. And I have to spend a shitload of money to repair it. And I'm like, that makes sense.
No, the funny thing is my wife too, that's like one of her favorite cars too. So like if you ever come to the house, you'll see like a lot of the artwork on the walls is like Porsches. Like
a lot of the photos you take and videos are Porsches.
Yeah.
Or like GT3s and stuff.
Dude, if we go to any car meet,
the exotics,
and I lose
they're
her.
Kicking up now.
I lose her. I'm like, where the fuck did she go? Just find like the Porsche section, and that's where she is. I'm like, oh, okay.
Did you go to the coffee and
coffee and cars? Yep, coffee and cars. Yeah, oh yeah.
That there used to be supercar Saturdays.
Oh, there still is.
Are they? Is it first Saturday
I just am coaching during all that time. Yes,
right.
Usually Sundays is like the car meet day. Now that the weather's nicer,
they have a car show every Sunday at Two Brothers.
Yeah. Yep.
So did you go to that one?
I've been to it before.
Yeah.
Is
it a good turnout?
Yeah.
That because it's on Sundays, right?
Yeah, it's not as crazy as like some of like the bigger ones where it's like all the Ferraris, Lamborghinis.
Right. No, yeah.
But it's that one's a pretty cool.
Those are usually in Bolingbrook.
Yeah.
Or way up in Glenview.
Or Hinsdale. Hinsdale's the big one. Hinsdale's you get like the $1 million Bugattis out there and shit. Like the cars that are just like.
You get Bugattis up in Bolingbrook too.
Yeah, there. So there's like a guy out here. His name is Steve Hamilton, I believe. It's called the Hamilton Collection.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a chance to photograph all his cars.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's cool. So
yeah, he's got like he's got like the Venom, which is like that's the Hennessy. That thing is crazy. He's got a Bugatti Chiron. Bunch of Lamborghinis.
Bugatti is like $1 million.
Yeah, I know that.
He's got his I think is like almost like 3 or 4. He's got the Chiron Sport, Super Sport. It's that gray one. Yeah,
nuts.
Yeah, it's wild. I was like,
here I am with a C4 Corvette.
Dude, I was so nervous because I was like, dude, if I like bump my camera or something and scratch this, it's like $5,000.
Yeah, but to him, I mean, I'm guessing because he's got all these cars, that's like dropping a 20. You know what I mean?
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He does a lot of charity work too. So like, which is really cool. Like, people can rent them and drive them, all that stuff. He's a cool dude. So like, yeah, if you like supercars, check him out. I've never met him personally. I know I'm really good friends with the photographer for him. So that's how I got mine in.
Okay.
But dude, he'll just like go to the garage, grab a set of keys, go take the car out, go shoot it. And I'm like,
that's cool.
I was like, dude, if you crash that car, that's like generational debt.
Yeah.
That's like generational
debt.
Yeah, like legitimately.
Most of those cars are more than, this house for sure.
Oh, dude, yeah. Jeez. Most of those cars are probably worth more money than I've ever made my entire life, dude. Yeah. I'm like, God
it's
damn.
Crazy.
Everything in the house and the house.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
for real. Yeah. Like you said, generational debt is no joke. Just kill me,
bro, because I'm never paying that off.
I love cars. Cars are another art to me.
100%.
But like, I just could never get myself, even if I could afford it, I don't know that I would want to spend $1 million on a car.
Yeah, I don't know if I would either. I always joke about that too. Like me and my wife always will go back and forth. I was like, damn, if we were millionaires, like I honestly don't even think I would have like a crazy house.
Yeah.
I think I would have a bunch of condos all over.
Right.
I don't think I would have one ginormous crazy house in Hinsdale or something.
I agree.
I would just have like a condo back in San Diego.
Yeah.
We'd have a condo in Vegas, a condo here. So if we want to go visit our parents, we'll fly back and
then
forth.
you leave a car at each spot.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that's how I would do it. I would travel. Yeah. That would be my thing. I want experiences. That's what I spend my money on.
Me too. I'm all about more experience, especially the older I get. I want to do more experiences. Like we were talking about, we've been talking about like traveling to do jiu-jitsu tournaments. Now that Brandon's doing jiu-jitsu and Madison's doing jiu-jitsu, she's not competing, but that's fine. She doesn't have to. But Brandon wants to compete. Yeah. And he wants to compete still. I'd love to still compete if I can. As long as I can walk, I'm going to try and compete.
Yeah,
that's my mindset.
I already know.
But, traveling all over the place, try new tournaments,
Yeah, 100%.
Or even the same old Naga, just somewhere else.
Shit, even to travel and train at other gyms, get to meet more people.
Cool too. We've done that. We've gone to a couple of gyms in Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah.
We've gone to... did we go to one in Florida? We didn't. We didn't. There. But usually if we take a vacation, we try to.
Yeah.
I've gone to gyms in Buffalo. I've gone to gyms in Atlanta.
You travel a lot with Tap Cancer Out too, so I'm sure you can get that opportunity more often than not.
When I can. Usually when I travel with them, it's in and out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Setting the tournament.
I was going to say, I see your story. You're flying on a Friday, you're back on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Those can be tiring, but those are a lot of fun. You do meet a lot of cool people.
I'm sure.
Because you meet different gym owners, different competitors. There's several people that started following me from that, just meeting them and talking to them. And I've gone to their gyms a couple of times. So
I'm sure they're all pretty solid people too, considering
everybody's got a story, man.
I was going to say, they're there to support the whole background of what Tap Cancer Out is, which is such a good cause. So it's like dope.
And Tap Cancer Out's doing their own podcast. They had one for a while. But then they stopped, and now they're doing it again. I think Sarah took it, picked it back up.
Dude, consistency in anything is like so hard. Dude, when you got a million things going on.
Even this, like we laughed about our scheduling, right?
Yeah, dude, crazy.
It's no joke.
It's hard, man.
We are for sure not consistently putting these out as often as I think there's other ones that put them out like once a week.
Yeah,
I'm fine doing one a month, to be quite honest. This month is a little different. We've got maybe 3 scheduled. Yeah. So.
Especially if you're having guests. If it was just you two talking, you could come down here anytime you want. But dude, with guests, it's like, oh man, you're working with 3 people's schedules. Right. It's wild.
Yeah. It is easier if it's just him and I, but then we have nothing to really talk about.
You're just yapping.
Yeah. We already know stuff.
One of the things I like doing is going to tournaments and then doing a recap of those tournaments.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
We'll probably get back to doing that.
You guys could do recaps of big events too, WNOs, UFCs, all that stuff. I had Remoto and Joe. Yeah, I was going to say, I remember that.
They're my wise men. Aaron's definitely a wise man, but we were watching, I think UFC.
UFC BJJ.
UFC BJJ. Yeah. And I had a camera on the TV doing it, and we live streamed it on our YouTube.
Nice.
And then YouTube took it down for copywriting for UFC.
Dude,
so I'm like, okay, lesson learned there.
Oh yeah, they'll get your ass. Yeah, YouTube does not.
But that was fun. That was like a 4 or 5 hour.
Yeah, it was,
man.
It was like the UFC BJJ where Mike hit the.
He was walking with his foot up. Yeah, that's right.
Gave him the single leg, so
that's right.
So you just go down his butt.
Which was funny because there's no points and it doesn't matter if you get taken out.
Yeah. That was what, Tackett versus
It was one of the first ones. It was one of the.
It was number 2 or number 3.
2 or 3. So
I think it was
maybe
3,
Tackett versus Andy Varela.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, he's just been running the game over there.
Dude, Tackett is. So funny story about Tackett is going back to Subspectrum. I was at Subspectrum Woodstock,
mm-hmm.
and it was Tackett versus, God, who did he go against? I forgot who he went against. It's one of the Daisy Fresh guys.
Jacob, maybe?
No,
because they're about the same size.
Wilsey, Andrew Wilsey. They were like the main event.
Prior, crazy.
Way prior. And it was like, honestly, it was like early stages of Daisy Fresh.
Oh, nice.
So it was like they maybe had one episode out.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, we're going way far back.
Like pre-show, maybe? Pre-fame?
I think I was a blue belt.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
I had no business being out there. But these guys, it was the card was stacked with like guys now that are like
Big Tackett or Little Tackett?
Big Tackett.
Big Tackett.
Yeah. But Little Tackett was there. Actually, I think Little Tackett was on the card too. Because I thought it was strange that they were both from Canada. Well, I was like, why? That's a far drive.
Well, they're out in Vegas now, so they'll train with ATC. They'll be over at the gym a lot. Yeah. Dude,
they train. They also have gyms in Austin.
Yeah, I think they're Fight Factory guys.
Yeah,
I think, but I think they're at Syndicate MMA now, and that's why they're working with the Nap and them over at ATC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they'll come over and they'll wrestle with all the high school kids.
Okay,
and shit. Yeah, and put it on them.
Dude, they're
same
amazing.
Same with what's his face. I have actually footage of him training at ATC, like with my camera. Who's that young guy in the UFC?
There's a couple of them.
The Chewy guy.
I don't know what his name is, but I know who you're talking about. I forgot
his name. I can't.
He's like super young.
Yeah, he was like 17 or something when he first.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name, but he's over there. They have guys coming through there all the time, dude. Yeah. Like so it's like it's cool to see. Like I was like, man, it'd be fun to like go back and just like train with them guys and see what's up. But no, that's crazy. Like it's funny to see like how far jiu-jitsu has come, even like from when I started to now. It's like literally,
dude, it's different.
It's crazy.
Completely different. Like back in, I had John Thomas, the founder of Tap Cancer Out. I had him on here, and we were talking about jiu-jitsu from back when he started and how cross training you couldn't do. It was,
back in those days,
it was very, very frowned upon. And now it's like, whatever, just go train wherever you want.
Well, also back in those days, I feel like it was like, you could have a 9 to 5, train 3 times a week and be a world champion. Now it's like, you got to be like, now it's like you're a professional athlete.
Yeah. But there was also like really no masters divisions.
Well, that's yeah.
So there was like, if you're old and you're still going at it, you're going to get killed by the younger guys.
Yeah. That's just the natural succession.
It's definitely a young man's sport.
100%.
But, I still like maybe it's my old age and I'm getting dementia, but I still think of myself as an athlete comparative. I think I'm more probably leaning more towards the coaching part of it in my career, but like, I mean, I don't consider myself a hobbyist.
No. I don't think anybody would either. Like
I think in general, the term hobbyist is there. Him and I go back and forth on it all the time.
I'd probably consider myself a hobbyist.
Yeah.
I think so. Like in my head, I think I'm a competitor, but the reality, if I'm being like, it is what it is.
If you're going to look like from what they use the word for, then yeah, I guess I'd be a hobbyist, because they're saying hobbyist is like anyone who doesn't do it full time as a job.
Okay.
Really? That's how I'm interpreting it, and maybe it's me getting defensive. I mean, in the literal like sense of the word, I guess they're not wrong. Right, then they're not wrong.
But I guess you could also then, if you want to play the semantics game, anybody that wins a prize money.
Oh, sure. Then you're technically a prize fighter.
Yeah, you're a professional athlete because you're being paid for something. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So. And
I've won a couple matches where I've won money. So
the way I look at it is like, are you just an active competitor? That's how I look at it. Are you someone that competes, or are you someone that's not? So like for me, I am a hobbyist. My goal is not to compete. Like, I mean, I would like to, but like, that's not why I train.
Right.
But I'm not opposed to doing competitions and have done it before. Yeah. So like, I'm a hobbyist that competes. I'm not a competitor, if that makes sense. Right. That's the way I view myself.
Right. No, and that makes sense. That equals out.
Yeah. Like the main goal of me doing jiu-jitsu is not to be like, I'm going to train for this tournament. I'm going to train. Like, I'm not a Mikey, right? Yeah. Or like either Mikey, I guess, little Mikey or big Mikey. Both purple belts, I guess. Right. So, but it's like they like train specifically to go compete. For me, it's like I train because I like jiu-jitsu. I enjoy doing it. I love learning. It's it keeps me healthy. But then a competition comes up and I'm like, damn, let's go.
Honestly, I used to. So then in that scenario, I would say I was 100% athlete because I used to just train for whatever the next tournament.
Yeah. So yeah.
And I was doing like I was probably doing 2 tournaments a month.
Yeah. That would, in my book, I'd be like, you're a competitor.
Yeah. Nowadays, of course, I'm 48, a lot different. Not as many 48-year-olds trying to do a Naga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for real. Yeah. You got to go to the big guys to find people in your bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. All right. We could probably wrap this up.
Okay.
Yeah,
We've definitely had a lot of time.
Yeah, we've been yapping.
We've covered everything I wanted to cover.
Yeah, we've been
awesome.
going.
From tattoos to cars to grappling.
Yeah.
This is like
to photography.
If you said you drank whiskey, man, I'd be like, let's go.
Dude, yeah, that's the one thing I don't do. I don't drink.
So, all right. Well, you want me to wrap it up? You want to wrap it up?
You can wrap it up. You started.
All right, I started. I'll wrap it up. All right. Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
Finally, getting it together.
Yep.
Getting it done.
Until next time, see you on the mats.
Make sure to follow these guys.
Follow Double Gold. Peace.